thing gets going first. Couple cool things. One thing to ask you about.
Oh shit! I guess we're live. It looks like, some fat fucking neckbeard wearing chocolate chip.
Porn stash having, check camouflage wearing. So.
Shit, are we really lagging that bad? Like, is my internet that shitty?
I think we're just fine on my end. Like I
heard an echo, and it was like 5 minutes after what I just said.
Maybe it's just catching up initially. It's probably all right.
Yeah, maybe I had to go through the interwebs.
So, first question I got for you is I bought some cheap commercial ammo. And have you ever seen any bullets that have a step in the actual bullet itself?
No.
Yeah, I thought that was weird as hell when I bought them. These are 8x57, but they have a weird step in the bullet.
Well, it's probably, what brand is it?
It's some weird Czech thing. I got it for like $15 a box.
S&B?
Yeah, I think so.
Cellular and Beloit or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
So, but that's hunting ammunition.
It is hunting ammunition. It's just commercial stuff, yeah, but it's like weird Czech stuff.
Yeah.
I've just never seen that on a bullet before.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
No, I just thought it was weird and interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely weird.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen that before.
Right. Very interesting.
And then I finally got around to forming the
repro cover.
Yeah, I got it on there.
Did you throw it in the wash a couple times?
I did, and I got it really.
It looks a lot better.
Yeah, and I stretched it over the shell just like
that's how
when it was wet.
I've actually had a lot of people request like how to actually get it to be tight. Even in basic training, I made money on like getting the covers tight and how to like form them.
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, I'll probably have to do a video on that. But pull it up once again. Like, if it's not just your camera being cheap and fucked up, like that looks like the colors are starting to be a little bit lighter and more realistic.
I washed it a few times, like with just like my regular laundry, so it would kind of get beat up a bit. And then I took it in the sink and put some like Dawn dish soap on it and like crinkled it up a lot and rinsed it out real good and then stretched it over the shell.
I don't care if you're the first. Nobody cares if you're the fucking first.
So
your chat's, later than everyone else. It doesn't matter. But
I thought it turned out pretty well.
No, get the cat eyes off of there. No. Nope.
No cat eyes?
Nope.
I was just using that to help form it, so those will come off.
Okay, yeah, no, just get the. I
know they're not supposed to have the cat eyes on it, but I gotta find my ones that don't have.
I've got a link because I don't have any extra at the moment, but I have.
No, I have some somewhere. I just gotta find them.
Did you have like a bunch of them?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had like a like rubber band thing of 20 of them, and I gotta just find where the hell I put them. So this is just what I could grab.
Yeah, Jamie, real fucking original. I like some guy who LARPs or plays airsoft. I just said I'm a fat fucking neckbeard wearing chocolate chip. You don't gotta be a fucking cock juggling thunder cunt. LARPs or plays airsoft. I don't play airsoft. Airsoft is for fucking douchebags. And I don't LARP. I just like wearing this shit. So don't be a fucking cunt. But anyway, yeah, the helmet actually, the cover looks
really good. I thought it turned out well.
You should wash it a few more times.
It does need a few more, and like there's still some like wrinkles on the top I could get out more as I wash it and stretch it a little bit. But like getting it basically formed was
right. But like the biggest thing is like what you probably did is put it on there wet, stretch the fuck out of it, and then let it dry like that.
Yeah. So it turned out well. I actually turned the heat gun on it a little bit from obviously a good distance away, but like put the heat gun on a little bit.
Basically
so
being
the fabric kind of shrunk and tightened a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's basically being in the sunlight in Vietnam.
So. Yeah, it worked well. I definitely could fade it a little bit more. It's still a little bright, but it's getting there. It's gonna be good. So I was impressed. Did exactly what
definitely getting a lot better. And like for me that feels great because when I sell these things, like I feel less bad. I'm just like, go wash it a few times and then it'll look fucking perfect and it's a lot cheaper.
So and I still gotta cut out the foliage slits on mine. Because it has the like stitching for it, but there's no
Didn't I give you one that had the slits cut?
No, it's got stitching on it, but there's no hole.
Oh, that's right. That was the stipulation. I got the one that was shitty like that. And I was like, the stipulation is I'll give it to you, but you have to
But
cut.
you got yeah. So I'm like, I'll let all the fabric, get to where it needs to be, rather than having frayed edges and stuff.
Oh
when
yeah,
I'm
and get
washing
softer. Like get softer, and
yeah. So I was like, because I just don't want it to have a rough edge when I'm washing it and tumbling it and stretching it and stuff. I'm like, I'll let it get perfect, and then I'll go through and poke all the holes in it. So because that's no big deal, but I didn't want it to be unraveling itself while I was.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm actually very happy that you are getting good results with that, because like, I mean, you had nothing to lose, obviously.
No,
but
it's like, but it was a cool experiment and learning process for me, because I don't know like crap about Vietnam stuff. Like
right,
most of
but you know
Vietnam
how
stuff I've
the
learned is
Mitchell
from
pattern is
you.
supposed to look.
Yeah.
Like you've seen my original, and you've seen like like that mint condition one that I showed you, right? The original.
Yeah.
That's mint condition. So the one I have on my helmet has been through water. It's a little bit lighter. They get lighter when they're whatever, because it's cotton.
Yeah, they sun fade and stuff. Yeah, and just age. So.
Yep. So no, I'm really happy with that. That looks great.
Yeah, it's turning out well. It just, like you said, a few more times, and then I'll cut the holes in it, and then I could draw on it, and then wash it again.
Do it on high heat with the water and high heat drying.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's coming together, and I'm glad that you're impressed with it, because I learned something new there too. So
yeah, no, it was good shit. Yeah, that was great. And then, so what do you have now to complete on your Vietnam kit?
Well, I have the whole harness set up and everything. I just need to get a few mag pouches and the first aid kit.
So okay, let's go through your harness shit.
Okay.
What do you have?
The 1956 H straps. I got the belt that is like the early pattern weave. I forget which way it is. The
horizontal.
Yeah, the horizontal weave.
It's cotton.
Yep, it's cotton. It's all cotton. And then I got the like weird M14 mag pouches, but I don't want M14 mag pouches. Those just came with it. I got to get the M16 ones.
Jamie, are you trying to be a fucking asshole? Like, I'll get rid of you. I don't give a shit. Like, don't be a fucking cunt. I didn't do anything wrong to you. It's not the afterbirth. I know Brent 0331. We've talked before, and he comments on my shit. Like, don't be an asshole. When I started my channel, it was way before Brent was even popular or I was popular. So stop being a fucking dick. Last warning. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I'm just sick of this fucking asshole.
So, but like, yeah. So I got the harness in my size. I got the belt in my size. Basically unissued, both of them. And then I got M14 mag pouches, the weird ones that aren't like
the early ones.
They're not like the canvas ones. Yeah, and I'm like, so I got those weird like single M14 mag.
Those are really early USMC. Were not widely used past like 65. 66.
Yeah, so I got those with it though as a set, and then I got like 3 canteen pouches, and then I got the butt pack with it.
Yeah.
And then I got the like straps to put the butt pack up higher. Yeah, because there was like
meg straps.
There was some kind of there was like some kind of straps that you could use to mount your butt pack up higher on your back.
No, you got a different length of H straps. That's how it worked.
I thought there was some. I got these weird little extra straps, and it's not like the harness for the sleeping bag.
No. Before they had the harness, they actually had straps.
Yeah.
Just for the, straps, like, of course they go with
Yeah, but like it was something you would put on the back of the like harness.
I guess I don't know about that.
Put Alice clips up higher on your back on the harness.
Yeah, and I've never heard of that or seen that, so we'll have to figure that out later. But
yeah, but they're cotton. They're not nylon, so they must be.
No,
No, so like I haven't seen those before, but like that's what I have. So I need to get some.
You need like 2 56 universal
mag pouches.
Arms pouches. Yeah. You got canteens, the butt pack. That's the basic shit you need.
Yeah. I have the like bayonet sheath too. I bought one of those.
Oh, you have the sheath.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get you a bayonet for really cheap.
Okay.
So, but you have the M8A1 or M8 scabbard,
the like plastic
like the metal
green one. It's like this long. It's got the little 1910 hooks on it.
Huh? Metal. It's got to be M8 or M8A1. No, that's the M10 scabbard.
Okay.
That came after Vietnam. That came in like the 80s.
Okay.
Late 70s.
So then I gotta
80s.
get a different sheet then, because mine's the plastic one.
Wait, you don't have the original M7 bayonet either, do you?
No.
All right, so we'll talk about that later. I know where to get one for pretty fucking cheap, so that's not a problem. Okay, so you do need a bayonet, an e-tool. The covers are super fucking cheap.
Well, I have the e-tool. Like, I have an e-tool. I just need the
covers are cheap.
Yeah. Because I have the 57 e-tool, but not the
Yeah, it's the folding one. It's the green one that's folded and
yeah, it's got like the pickaxe on it, and I have the trifold, but I don't have the trifold pouch. I have the pouch for the 57.
M61 pouches, right? Oh, Harriers is on here correcting my. Oh my god, M61. Yeah.
That's the Marine Corps stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm almost goddamn sure.
Which is just like the World War II stuff, slightly updated.
Right. Individually fucking put on the belt.
Yeah, it's got like all the weird snaps on the back and stuff like that. So, but it'll work with the like 1956 belt, but it just doesn't have the like snap that you can snap it into place. Because for some reason the Marine Corps belts had all those snaps on them.
Yep, and they stopped that shit because it was fucking pointless and snaps don't work. Alice clips were a lot more effective.
Yeah, and the regular pouches the older pouches could be used on the newer stuff anyways without the snap.
Yep, exactly.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, so you got some work to go. Okay, how about your uniform? You got the boots.
I have the boots. I have the helmet now. I have the shirt. So, and don't have the pants yet, but you sent me the links for the pants so I could get those.
Yeah, well, it varies and
yeah. You said they were going to be kind of questionable, and we just have to see because they were But
yeah, I mean we can work with that. But
yeah.
Okay, and so you have the helmet and all that shit.
I don't have any of the insignia or anything.
Well, that's easy to get.
Yeah, that's not hard to get. There's repros of that everywhere. So I'm working on the harder to get stuff, and then I could work to the easier to get stuff. So
more military is like the easiest place to get insignia.
Yeah, like that's who I was looking at because he's selling like whole sets of crap.
Well, I've been buying from him for fucking 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
So I actually had a set of second pattern repro jungle fatigues, but I got them in size Mike being in shape.
Okay,
I outgrew them and had to sell them a few years ago. And I thought he was going to be making them forever, but he didn't. And those were awesome. The second patterns are my favorite.
Yeah. Which ones those again? Those are the ones that don't have the exposed buttons, right? But it's the same as the first pattern?
Correct, but they still have the epaulets, the gas flap, and the waist adjustment straps, and then the pants still have the leg ties.
That sounds like it would be the best one.
Yep.
Because the third one, it's like they did all that same stuff, but cut everything off of it they possibly could.
Right, and it's like, I mean, third pattern is actually the best if you think about it. It's the most efficient.
But I would much rather, for somebody like me that is a broad-shouldered skinny fuck, I'd love to have the waist adjustment.
Yep.
So, because for me, it's like a uniform looks super great till you get to like here. And then it just hangs off of me.
Bags. Yeah.
So, because it's so square cut, and I'm so broad shouldered for my body size, and then
when I was in shape, like I was the same way. I was like, fucking shoulders were huge, and then it just went, not like super skinny. I was never super skinny, but like, it was just like there's a V shape, but it was very profound, and like the shit would just hang and it'd be loose, and it's like, oh, this looks like shit.
Yeah, you look like you're wearing a maternity coat, and it's like, come on now, So. And so that really did so I like having the ones that have the waist adjustment. Those are nice because then it doesn't make me look like I'm wearing something that's not properly sized, because so many times I get told in so many videos I'm wearing something that fits my shoulders but the rest of it doesn't fit me very well. And they're like, that's not properly sized. And I'm like, I don't have anything else that will fit me. Like, this is what it
custom
has
fucking
to be.
tailored. Like,
yeah. So, and I'm like, not to mention some of this stuff hasn't been made for 60, 70 goddamn years, you know? And then I get as close as I can and I get something that fits me in the shoulders. And then the rest of it's just like hanging off of me.
Right.
So, but oh well. Oh well. But I'm still surprised. It's really nice out today too. The weather turned out to be great.
Well, it's a little chilly for like how it should be, but like, yeah, overall, I'm not bitching.
I'd rather have this than that 5 days of supposedly raining but not actually raining and just 80%
right.
humidity crap. So, because I could have my windows open and not run the air conditioner.
Well, the good thing is the way the weather's going this year, it's really weird because usually we get, I know small talk weather, but this is like serious talk. Is usually around this time we're getting
the weather.
Well, no, but like we usually get like the fucking jet stream coming from the west, okay?
Yeah.
Mixing with the, it's dry air. We usually get it mixing with the really humid Gulf air from the south. And that's what creates tornadoes and horrible storms. Well, this year we literally just got the warm Gulf air from the south, and the dry air is just kind of doing its own thing.
Well, it turned out to be, I know the farmers are like, this is one hell of a year if you're a farmer. As long as we get some consistent rain through the year, it's going to be a fantastic year.
Oh, yeah. Dude, my garden is doing amazing.
Yeah, because everything got in the ground real early. Really, really early, and then it just didn't freeze after that. So, this is fantastic.
Yeah. So that's, we're getting the perfect amount of rain, a lot of sunshine. It's windy as fuck though this year. It really is.
It's really windy this year. Yeah.
Yep. Like considering it's like desert wind with like a non-desert area.
Yeah, it's rough, but as long as it doesn't get to like 80% humidity again for a while, I'll be all right. Because that's unbearable here on the third floor.
Well, right now it was what 35 or 40 today.
Yeah, I got to
which
like
is great.
48. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking amazing, and yeah, no, I'm really not bitching about. I was bitching about the cold because I'm like, I don't like the cold as we've discussed, but like,
yeah,
this has been pretty fucking nice. But it also just went from spring to summer in like 5 days.
Yeah, in like a week, it went from freezing to 70. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's just rough. Fucking nuts. But anyway, I'm glad there's not like. So far, knock on wood, I guess I'm knocking my fucking skull. The weather here, like the severe weather, has just been thunderstorms.
Yeah.
But that's people don't understand that live on the coasts or they live in other countries. The center part of the U.S., specifically like Alabama and Mississippi and all them, on up, we have tornadoes a lot. Like
it's the worst place on earth for tornadoes. We get tons, hundreds a year, actually. So
hold on, you there?
Yes.
You there?
Yep, I'm here. You okay?
All right. Was that my internet or yours that was being fucking retarded?
I have no idea. So because I can't. You're the one hosting, so you just pause for me no matter what. So. But yeah, I was just saying we get the Midwest from basically the Gulf Coast to the Canadian border, even into Canada, we get hundreds of tornadoes a year.
Yeah, and that's very far north. And like if you go down to like Tornado Alley, which is like Oklahoma over to Alabama.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is like the frequency is about the same, but they're the size of their tornadoes because there's nothing to stop it.
No, it's just open plains.
Oh my god! I've been watching a lot of videos lately, like I was watching a video of a tornado that landed here about 10 minutes, 10 minutes from me.
Was that the one that you showed me?
Yeah, in Scandia.
The guy in the truck, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, it's a tornado! And rightfully so, but like, that was a bitch, but it was like an F1. F1. And that destroyed a lot of homes. I don't think anybody actually got hurt or died, which is really lucky and fortunate. But they're frequent around here. But they don't usually get as bad because it's like,
Yeah.
you know, rolling hills and then the fucking valley. You get between Minnesota and Wisconsin. But these guys in like Nebraska and fucking, you know, the Plains states and Oklahoma where it's flat, these fucking things, they just start going.
Yep, and they get to like F4s and F5s pretty
F5s, they get the wedge, and then you get the fucking like destruction, and then it turns into a fucking you know, a cylinder, and then it's a rope. It goes away, and all of a sudden it drops back down because it gets more fucking humid air or dry air or whatever. It's like, Jesus Christ.
It's definitely really, really incredibly destructive crap. So
yeah, but tornadoes
winds
suck.
That get to like 150 miles an hour is
right. And an EF1 is 90 miles an hour, I think, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
90 miles an hour, that'll fucking take your roof off.
Yep. Well, the NF5 will pick your whole house up, even if it's like a really well-built house. It'll just tear it apart like it was cardboard.
And you better hold on to the fucking everything in the ground because it's going to take you up too.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Well, hopefully we don't get anything that bad this year, because you sent me that video, the one that was like up by like Fargo or whatever.
But that was a few years ago. That was also a beautiful fucking tornado. That was like
that was gorgeous. The guy who captured that was really.
Oh my god, yeah. And he got killed by a fucking drunk driver a couple years after that.
Really?
Film. Yeah, he got fucking killed by a drunk driver, and he was like one of the best storm chasers in the world.
Yep.
And
that's how it goes, though. Drunk drivers kill everybody.
Oh my god. But yeah, he was. No, that footage was amazing. And then I just saw one yesterday. I was looking at that. It was a guy in Nebraska in '98, outside of I think Columbus, Nebraska, and he had just gotten home from like a business trip, and there was this fucking giant tornado about like 2 miles away from him in this field, and he had a camcorder and he started filming, and he's like. And it just looked like it was just sitting there forever. Yeah. And his wife's like, well, it's either going away from us or coming towards us. And
straight towards us, yeah.
Yeah, and all of a sudden it starts coming towards them. And he's like, okay, and there's hail dropping that's literally softball size.
Yep.
And
getting hit by like a 1 pound chunk of ice flying 90 miles
an hour. But I mean, he was just on like a deck or a porch or some shit. But like,
typical Midwesterner.
So they end up, he's just like, oh shit,
watching it destroy.
But he's very calm. He's very calm, and his wife starts to panic, and he's like, "Hey, stop panicking!" And it's all whatever. And they end up going downstairs at one point because it's almost right over their fucking house. It stops. So what does he do? He goes upstairs and gets some amazing more footage. It's like he's like, "Oh, it's at the neighbors," so it's probably like literally a half a mile away. And it's this giant. It turns into a cone at that point. But it's like it's a rope / cone, so it's like this, but it's still fucking
got that big wind in it.
Yeah, but it's 2 miles high. You can see this shit, and he's just videotaping this shit, and it's like, holy fuck, the ball's on you, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the Midwest. You know how many people that are like, oh, the weather can literally kill you, and everyone goes outside. It's like, all right, yeah. It's like people from Florida when there's a hurricane, and they're like, I'm not evacuating. I gotta go watch this. Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, people from different regions, like, because I know people from the South that they just fear tornadoes. They're like, oh my God, like the hurricane part of the South, like Florida and southern Georgia and
I would much
Alabama
rather deal with a tornado than a hurricane.
Well, I don't know. Would you?
Yeah, because I don't like ocean. And when the ocean it becomes part of the air is when I have an issue. So,
Well, yeah.
So when the ocean literally becomes the air, I really don't want to be there anymore. So it's going to be like a Sharknado or whatever other shitty indie movie.
The Pilgrim, Nebraska double tornado footage. I just watched that yesterday for the first time. That was knucking futz. That was fucked up. Like those were massive tornadoes, and they were about 2 miles apart, but they were going the same way.
Oh God.
Oh God, it was fucking.
Can you imagine being like caught right in the middle of there though? Because you'd have two different things pulling on everything that goes in between them, two different forces.
Well, it didn't work that way.
Well, because they were probably rotating the same direction, but like you got to imagine.
Well, here's the thing: is Yes, they're rotating the same. You know why that is? Every tornado north of the equator rotates counterclockwise.
Yeah, it's like every toilet south of the equator flushes a different direction.
Correct. And that's every tornado south of the fucking equator rotates clockwise, which is really weird. So yeah, but they were rotating the same way, but they were in the same storm. Like it was fucking insane.
So like you gotta imagine though, if you're caught in between it, you have one force pulling away because it's rotating, and the other's pushing.
Well, it depends on I don't know.
Because you'd be caught on the side where one's coming in from the front of you and one force of air is coming in from behind you, and it would.
But you don't know exactly where that fucking air is. I forgot what it's called. It's not the RFD, but like the fucking shit that feeds it the most from the ground. Yeah. Anyway, they would probably be about the same because they were heading in the same fucking direction.
Yeah,
at about the same speed.
But you know what I mean? Like with the spin though, that's coming off of them because they're both rotating the same way, and if you're caught in the middle, your house is getting hit or whatever by two different forces of air moving two different directions.
Right. All right. Well, we'll conclude the tornado talk. All right. Vatslav.
I like the weather though.
Vatslav is in the house.
Perfect.
Oh shit!
Hello there, sir. Long time no see.
What up?
Hanging out.
So for those YouTubers that don't know and haven't watched the video, because I don't know why more people didn't. This is Vatslav. He's from Czech Republic originally. He now lives here. He works here, and he's going to become a citizen very soon. And he shot his first rifle on film with us. That happened to be a Czechoslovakian VZ-24 Mauser, and that video is awesome. We had a great time. And then he also shot some pistols, which we figured out that he's done before because he was fucking amazing at it. So
sandbagged us.
Yep, sandbagged us. But
oh gosh,
that's funny.
How's it going, man?
Good. I came to show you my messy room.
It doesn't look so that
messy.
Bad. Yeah,
it's so messy.
I
have a backpack on my bed. Oh my gosh.
But basically, yeah, like I live next to my bed. I work from home, so when I'm done, I just roll over. I sleep. I wake up. I work.
Well, that sounds kind of fantastic. I wish.
I'm living a dream.
Dreaming of a life.
Yeah.
Oh man. I wish. I have to be out there every day, unfortunately. So.
Dude, this camera looks me tan.
I know, right?
You look like you're like fucking. You either have jaundice or you're like.
You look like you got kidney failure. Yeah.
Liver failure. Yeah. Just fucking. He's dying up in this bitch.
That's all the pills I take.
Yeah. It's like creatine, man. That goddamn creatine's going to catch up with you. I told you what.
Oh man, when you stop taking that shit, you like lose like 15 pounds of
water weight.
Yeah, you got them out so quick. Yeah, you drop. Yeah.
It's like take glutamine. If you really want to build muscle mass, you actually want to keep it, take glutamine.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the thing. It's a natural fucking compound that your body makes after you work out. You take a little bit more, you won't be as sore the next morning, and there you go.
He's got some. Look at that. Perfect.
Fucking A. Like that's the only something that I've ever taken when I was working out and healthy.
I'm on all the pills.
Okay. That's why you're so tan. That's why your liver's failing.
Yeah, that's why your liver's shutting down. It's trying to filter so much crap out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm not into like working hard, so I'm like justifying it by just taking pills and doing.
You're just trying to eat healthier and just let your body work itself out, so you don't have to go anywhere.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go for a run today. I'll go down the block about 100 yards and then jog back 100. That's 200 yards. I ran today. Fuck yeah.
And I can take all of these pills now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Fair. The
like
American
the 70s all over
approach
again.
to getting in shape. I'm just gonna take a bunch of pills.
Yeah, it's like the 70s, like InstaFit or InstaTrim or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
I'll just get skinny. Yeah. And then they died and. Oh, well, you're dead, so you can't file a lawsuit. But my family can.
All the tapeworms.
How do you see how many people you guys have here?
It should be
25.
24, I see. Jesus.
So, it's a light one.
Well, you guys are hiding somewhere, right? Minnesota is on fire.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Dude, you're like fucking... You're less than a mile from where it's.
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Right now. Yeah, they were gonna come up here to the local Target, and which surprises me. Like, why Target? Maybe
because people carry guns in Walmart.
Because it's some corporate whiteys that own that shit, man.
So,
I guess that's what they think.
You don't see the stores that let people carry guns getting looted for the most part. Like Walmarts aren't getting looted because people that have guns are in Walmart.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, there's a correlation that could be made though, because there's lots of crazy
can be made, but I don't know. Yeah, because here's the thing: is a lot of mom and pop businesses in Minneapolis that I personally have been in and been around, who I'm sure some of them carried guns. Their business was fucked because it's like, what are you going to do against a mob?
Fair. So, but like,
then,
I know
Minnesota's gun laws suck too. If you actually shoot somebody in defense,
you better kill them dead, or otherwise you're. Well,
even if you do that, it's like, good luck convincing the jury that it was justified and you feared for your life.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but anyway, so that shit aside, it's, V, I hope you stay safe, man. I really do. And if shit gets bad, let me know.
Yeah.
You'll hide me. Dude, I don't even want to talk about it. It's wrong on so many levels.
It is.
It's terrible. Like, here's the thing is, I'll just say this, like, because there's very few people watching, but like, because I wanted to tell both of you, is like, I agree. I watched the video, and as in support of law enforcement as I am, personally, that was a clear fucking cut murder.
Yeah. Well, that guy has murdered people before, too. He transferred down here from Alaska after shooting a native.
Sure, and then it was weird. But I was talking this particular incident, okay? All 4 of those police officers were fucking responsible for a murder. There was no reason for that. And it's not just me saying that. It's other... I'm not law enforcement, but like it's police officers around the U.S., professional agencies that train law enforcement going, no, that was not good.
Yeah.
And just, so there's very few fucking people, unless they're delusional, that are going to agree that was a, justifiable kill. No, it was a fucking murder. Yep. All 4 of them should be tried for murder. Not just him. The ones that stood on and watched.
Yeah.
Because that's equally as bad as doing it is not doing anything about it when you could have.
Well,
anyway, so just let me finish this rant. That being said, while I agree with they should be arrested and charged, maybe go to a trial, but probably plea out because the evidence is so fucking damning.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay. That being said, that is not a reason or an excuse to light an entire fucking city on fire.
2
and
cities,
destroy the communities that you live in. Or actually, it's been shown that a lot of these people that are doing this actually aren't from the city, which
they don't actually live there. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about some shit later, like off stream, because I don't want to start up this like big conspiracy and get kicked off of YouTube. But there's some shit. It's like there's some shit going on. But regardless, I understand the hate. I understand the anger. I understand the vitriol. I'm pissed off because I don't think that should have fucking happened.
No.
That's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid. It's unbecoming of any law enforcement officer to do that anywhere in the world. It happened here, which sucks because I know that place. Mm-hmm. I lived there for a couple years, like on and off, but like, basically I know the area. And I'm pissed off too. Here's the thing is if they would have been peaceably protesting like they were the first day and a half, I would have probably gone down there because I think this is bullshit. I think this is terrible, and I'm in the position, I'm close enough to go down there and actually protest the policies and all the shit that goes on in the Minneapolis PD. This shit has to be reviewed because it's not just that he killed him, it's that the other 3 sat and watched him die. So there's obviously a lot of things. So I would have been down there protesting with them. Okay? However, I don't want to go down and protest when there's violence happening to answer violence. It's like, how the fuck does that make any sense? So now more people are dead because one guy died.
Yeah.
It's like, so really in the equation of things, when you're that emotional and that angry, you're not really thinking about the outcome. You're thinking about, and then obviously I think a lot of people are taking advantage of it and just using it as an excuse to fucking go ape shit because they've been okay. Here's another issue: they've been quarantined for fucking 2.5 months.
Yeah,
that doesn't help.
Yeah,
no. So it's a perfect shitstorm. But it's also people really taking advantage of this shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the people that were peaceably assembling and protesting, I fucking support them 150%.
That's no problem at all. Yeah.
No,
They're
and that's
allowed
the
to
thing.
do that. They have a right
they
to
are.
do that. Yeah.
But when you start throwing shit at people, hurting people, pulling people out of cars, burning shit, you're not peaceably assembling anymore. You're engaging in fucking criminal behavior that's destructive and potentially deadly.
Yes.
You're engaging. You're in a fucking riot. Riots are not legal for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's the rant I have. That's my position on it. So
we should play this game. That I'm the internet, and to what you just said, internet, I'm gonna respond. And what you're gonna hear is either two things. So now you're comparing damage to property and buildings to a human life.
Well, scared human lives that were lost as a result of this riot.
It's just a dumb argument because you're not comparing the damage; it's just the act. But the second one you're going to hear is we tried protesting peacefully, we tried kneeling, we tried all of that, and that didn't work. So now we're gonna light the city.
We're gonna burn the city down. Yeah,
right. In 2 fucking days.
Mm-hmm.
In 2 fucking days. So okay, they always compare this to the people are protesting forever. Well, okay, here's the thing. The civil rights movement lasted about 10 years.
Yes.
Like the hardcore, it was 10 years. And Dr. King's vision was peaceful. Do not fucking enact violence because that will completely take our vision and our cause to a different level where people just say, oh, they're violent, they're doing this. And they just think of it differently. Because he preached peaceful protest, and yes, people in that protest got fucking hurt bad. Some of them got killed. In the end, quote unquote, progress, depending on how you look at it, was made. Some shit actually happened. Okay? Now, what the fuck from any violent protesting, what good has come of that? Name me one piece of legislature. Violent protesting. That who am I echoing on? Is that you, Devin? What has come of that?
No, I don't think so.
Jesus Christ, I'm echoing somewhere. But name, if you could name one piece of positive legislature that's been passed as a result of a reaction of violent activities for the same reason, I'd be willing to be all ears.
There are no arguments, man. Yeah. It's just you don't fix violence with violence, period. Like nothing else added. That's it. Like it's never the right thing, and that's my opinion.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is violence. That's why I'm pissed off at the Minneapolis Police Department. They enacted violence for no fucking apparent reason.
Yes.
Okay? Everybody's pissed off at that.
But now in hindsight,
honestly, I'm more pissed off at the reaction. They burned the whole fucking city to the ground.
Yes.
I'm more pissed. Okay, so I'm an average person, right? I'm also very close to that area. But still, the average person looking on from, Pennsylvania, fucking Ohio, New Mexico, fucking Arkansas, are you going to be more pissed off that the police brutalized this guy, killed him, or are you going to be more pissed off that people reacted in such a way, they were such fucking animals and so fucking ridiculously ignorant, they burned an entire city to the ground? What are you going to be more focused on? If they'd have been peacefully protesting the whole time, this man's death would not be in vain.
No.
It would be focused on. It'd be like, this man just died. He was killed.
And these people are upset with it, and there needs to be justice.
Right.
And now it's just all
there's no
violence.
more death involved with it.
Yeah.
Because they're angry and upset, and they understand it. Now, in which situation would his death have meant more? I don't mean it like, he should have died. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, there definitely would be more to the cause had there not been all these riots and violence and fires, because that's now overshadowing that.
Correct. And I firmly believe that. And it sucks because I'll say I was watching Tim Pool. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but he's a pretty decent, I guess, journalist. He's not perfect, but I like to listen to what he has to say. And he actually pulled up video of George, the victim, on YouTube a while back saying, hey, this gun violence in Minneapolis or in the world rather, has to stop. These young people that are getting guns, it's just not good. And he's like speaking out against violence.
Yeah.
Okay. He's speaking out against violence. And I don't know. I didn't know the guy. Maybe he was an asshole. Maybe he was a fucking dickhead that came over and stole food from your party and just fucking left without saying goodbye. Who knows?
Yeah.
But here's the thing is, at that point in the video, he was cuffed. He was prone. He had 3 officers on him, and he was not actively resisting. The fight is fucking over at that point. I don't give a shit what police department you work for, what sheriff's office you work for. The fight is over at that point. You're done. And when you put your fucking knee on somebody's neck, you're not trying to restrain them. You're trying to kill them. I would never put my knee on somebody's neck and cut off the carotid artery supply, because I know that would fucking kill them. Unless I was actively defending myself or somebody else and this person was going nuts, I would never fucking put my knee on somebody's neck. Ever.
Yep.
That's it. That's lethal force. That's not just fucking restraining somebody.
Well, in hindsight, now that if this is all about justice for whatever, let's say, it's not, but let's say it is. There's that argument that all the people are saying.
Right.
They have the guy in custody, and he was convicted to 25 years in prison now.
Who?
The guy who did it.
He was already convicted?
Yeah, today.
I only heard that he was arrested.
No, he was arrested yesterday.
They pressed
He was
charges
arrested yesterday, and they expedited his trial because the president got involved. So he got 25 years a few hours ago, and now all of this should stop.
Do you have a source for this? I'm not questioning it. I'm just hold on. So Eric Chauvin.
Nothing.
He was charged with 3rd-degree murder.
Yeah.
Convicted no, that's not the same thing.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a big difference. So,
well, he also ran away to Florida. So, well, one of the officers did. They wanted to get a bunch of them. One of them ran away to Florida, and there's been a lot of weird.
Oh, it doesn't fucking matter if they run away to Florida. They're probably just trying to get one last drunk on the beach and then whatever.
But it's so now they have the guy's charged and everything like that. Everything's going to get expedited. He's already in custody and whatever. Why? Yeah. And there's still no signs of all of this stopping. So how is it really about justice for George?
No. What we've got going right now is 2 fucking separate issues.
Yes.
They're related, but they're separate.
Yeah, but they're trying to tie the protesters like to argue that they're doing this for justice, but
the protesters, aka rioters.
Yeah, the protesters. And there's no end in sight to this. The point where the National Guard's been called up. I live an hour away, and there's a group here in my city which is known for its racism, unfortunately. Organized a thing at a park, like a memorial service for him, where you could go drop off flowers. But this organization has known for some pretty violent measures in the past, to the point where businesses shut down now for the whole entire weekend. They boarded stuff up. They took jewelry centers and Walmart and electronics. They carted as much of that crap off as they could today to prevent it from being stolen in case this all goes south, because they invited so many people up from the cities.
Way down.
So I saw literally an MRAP military vehicle drive up from the cities to the state highway patrol thing a few miles up the road. And they're ready for this whole thing to burn down now in my city.
Yeah, it really sucks. It's
I live an hour away from where this all happened, and nobody here had anything to do with it. Yeah.
It's happening all over the country. It's a big thing, and rightfully so. People should be out protesting.
Yeah.
Peacefully.
And I've got nothing wrong with them doing that. Like, this whole thing is like, they said it was going to be nonviolent, you know, and that there's just going to be a thing. And I bet early on it will be. Like, right now, it's supposedly going on, and I am within earshot of where that is happening, and it's been relatively quiet for hours. But I bet once night comes, we do see some issues.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I honestly think in this one that justice will be served.
It will be. I actually think too much limelight for it to not happen.
Yeah. By the way, so what you probably read was third-degree homicide in Minnesota has a maximum sentence of 25 years.
Something like that. Yeah.
I would encourage you to just not say shit as a fact before you actually know, because I don't want to misinform people. I don't want people to think that, oh, they got charged, you know, this.
Yeah.
Because the right to a speedy trial does not mean it's going to happen in a day. That's impossible.
No,
if they did that, that would actually be a civil rights violation.
Fair. But there's the federal government's involved now.
Being charged with something, that's good, because but third degree
stuff's progressing.
I wonder why he was charged with third degree and not second. But that's another discussion. Anyway,
I'm sure we'll hear more about it later as far as details go as to what and the reasoning as to why.
Right, and that can be the state's charges, and then the feds can actually charge him
add on additional stuff. Yeah.
And so if he gets, say he gets 25 years, right, in state prison in Minnesota, and the feds give him, I don't know, fucking 15 years.
Yeah.
So now he's serving 40 years, 25 of that in a state facility, 15 in a federal facility.
Yeah.
That's how that would work. I don't know. I'm not going to predict this shit. I'm glad that he's in custody. I'm not glad that the riots are still continuing, because further loss of life and property and well-being is not the fucking answer.
No, it's not. It was never the answer from the start. Like you said, if this would have remained peaceful, it would have been.
And that's the thing is it just, I don't know why the hell people are so fucking anxious to enact violence now. And again, I know it's probably because they were
cooped up for 2.5 months,
and they're pissed off, and they're watching the media nonstop, which never helps because they're always fucking
nothing
negative.
Better to do for 3 months almost, you know. So not everyone had the luxury to be a sacrificial employee like me, Mike, and just go out and be able to experience the world still.
Dude, V was like totally just. What are you holding? Are you gonna like stab yourself on cam, or what the fuck are you doing?
I have to play with something when I do it doing.
You gotta get one of those as well. Those fidget spinners.
Oh, I have that at work, but I cannot go there now. I had a question for you guys. Do you think the sentence would be the same if there were no protests?
The sentence? Yeah, I think it would be the same.
I feel like the sentence would be the same, but there wouldn't be this much coverage of it.
Or maybe it would take longer. I don't know. I just have a hard time believing, that if there were no protests, then nothing would have happened. I just don't.
Well, you're partially right. You're partially right. Like, the court of public opinion actually does play a part in the criminal justice system. It really does.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I just think that, and it's a really fucking.
Probably would have been the same ruling, but it would have taken a lot longer, and there wouldn't be this much hype about it, and there probably wouldn't be all this other crime and stuff associated and whatnot. So.
Yeah, it's just wasted life, followed by another tragedies, and now people comparing
and more wasted life.
Wasted life. Yeah,
it's like don't fucking kill people because somebody was killed. What the fuck sense does that make?
Yeah,
I don't. But anyway, I get their anger, I get their frustration, right? Another thing too is, well, no, I actually don't want to get on that on the channel. Never mind. But yeah, I feel for the people who were directly affected by his death. Like that sucks. Like it's whatever, but like this is not the fucking way to deal with that shit.
Well,
but be ashamed of humanity. So
I don't think it's that simple, because I think a lot of the actions which took place there could be actions of like few individuals. I think it started kind of peacefully, and then and then you have so many theories, and then I just hate that you never know the truth. It's like I would not be surprised if someone was sent there to like start something, start smashing things.
That's what I was alluding to earlier was
or like you have like sick people who enjoy starting this kind of chaos and mayhem.
They're taking advantage.
Wanted to go make it this bad on purpose.
It takes like 10 dudes. They're going to start something. They're going to set something on fire, and then maybe the crowd will join them eventually. Just because of the crowd psychology.
V, you know this. You get one dude standing on top of a fucking whatever, pumping his fists, yelling and saying shit that's like relative to everybody.
Yeah.
You get jacked up. You're like, fuck yeah, let's do this.
Emotions, adrenaline.
Yeah, and it's just like that's what I think a lot of this should happen. And I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so but maybe some people were either planted there or just took advantage of it. Who knows? But either way, it's fucking bad.
It's bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, and it's just I wish it wouldn't be happening.
It's rough.
Again,
it's definitely rough. It's a bad time to live where we live.
There are other ways to fight battles, and I guess people somehow were convinced so hard that every time a cop fucking kills somebody and it's not justified at all, or even if it is,
even if it is justified,
they're just convinced that they're always fucking wrong. The cops are always just out to fucking kill. The white cops are always out to kill black cops, and the what I guess none of the race matters really, according to the media and the fucking general outrage. But it's like Whitey's always out to kill Blackie, and it's like it's not fucking true. The majority, actually, statistically, of people killed by the cops in the United States every year are white because we have a bigger percentage of the population. It's not a racism thing. It's a how bad of a shitty situation are you in? And yes, when they're unjustified and it's fucking ridiculous, you should be fucking tried. Charleston, a few years ago, there was a dude that it was a white officer and a black guy. He stopped him. The guy started running. They got into a scuffle, whatever. And the guy was running away, not armed or anything. And the officer shot him to death while he was running away. Clear fucking murder. Every cop in the U.S. was like, no, that's not how you use force. No, he's running away. He's not armed. He's not a threat to the public. You have his fucking car. You have his fucking driver's license.
Yeah.
Wait for him.
Find him. You know where he lives.
You've got time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that was ruled as a murder. The guy was charged. He's in prison now.
Well, like, what about that stuff? Me and you were talking about it a few years ago, like not a few years ago, but a few weeks ago before any of this started happening. How come it's always the white cop on black person?
Oh, right. Well, that's the thing. It's only one
cops
demographic.
Actually kill more white people than any other race, and none of that. And
here's the bottom line. Like, to summarize this, and I know it's propaganda, and because you only hear about the white on black, you don't hear about Hispanic on Asian, you don't hear about Asian on
you don't
white.
Hear anything else, going on.
You know why? Because it shouldn't fucking matter. Because most people, contrary to the media's propagandistic bullshit, are not legitimately racist. Maybe they were fucking 70, 80 years ago.
Years ago, yeah.
But generally speaking, I've known a lot of people in my life. Most people, they might be like unaware of another culture, but they don't hate somebody just because of the color of their skin. And I've known a lot of people from different fucking ethnicities, races, whatever you want to call them,
all over the
who
country.
Are the same way. Like I had to explain my redneck or hick culture to a bunch of guys from the city who are Hispanic, from California, fucking whatever, the Bronx, New York. I had to explain that. It doesn't mean they were racist. It means they just didn't know about my culture.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, I didn't know about living in New York City. I've never been there. But it's like, I wish the fucking propaganda shit would stop trying to create the racial divide.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a fuck. So George Floyd could have been a white guy that a black guy fucking choked out with his knee. I would be as pissed. He could have been a Hispanic. Enter
anyone on
race in here.
Yeah.
I would be equally as pissed off because that was fucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Like, who kills who? You murdered another person. We're all human beings. Yes, You're black. Your skin is darker than mine. You can recover from a sunburn faster. Witness that, so I can say that. Okay, you're Asian. Cool, you come from a different background. What the fuck ever? You're a human being. I'm white. My ancestors came from Europe. I don't do well in the sun. Unlike our boy V here, who's like yellow and tan, just naturally.
He doesn't do well with healthy liver function.
Right.
Dude, what's up in my liver?
Right.
Probably all those pills you're taking.
But anyway, so yeah, I mean that's the kind of point, and I think a lot of people that I've seen have actually taken this stance, like most people in the United States do, is stop with the fucking division. Please stop. It does not do, because when you propagate that shit, ignorant people, no matter what race they are, loosely termed race. I'll go to another video on that someday. Why I don't think that's
out of
fucking
proportion.
real. No, because they do that shit. This shit happens. The entire city of Minneapolis is burning right now, and St. Paul. I can't minimize that.
Yeah,
is burning right now because of this propagandistic bullshit that should have been done about 50 fucking years ago, is still being used to pit people against each other. What the fuck? So we really haven't progressed that much, have we?
No.
But we actually have, and that's the issue.
No,
you know what I mean?
We have
like,
in some ways and not in others.
Sure, correct. But I think the majority of people have progressed. Like, I mean, I've seen black people go into places that are really whitely populated, and do they get refused service at the counter? Nah.
No.
I've been in personally in really black parts of Minneapolis, and I didn't get refused service. I got looked at funny.
Yeah, for like 2 seconds, and that's about it. Yeah.
But I didn't get refused service. So it's like racism isn't this thing that's prevalent everywhere. It's just this shit used to divide us, and I fucking hate that shit.
Racism is nowhere near as bad as the media makes it out to be.
Well, but if it wasn't, if it was, they wouldn't have anything. But anyway, so V.
Mm-hmm. Why am I so yellow? That's the question.
Are you just swim in the Yellow River in China?
You guys have so many questions in the chat. Do you answer them?
No, not all of them.
No, not all of them.
Gotcha.
Oh God.
You could try.
This dude hasn't served. God, I hate people like that.
Nobody. What's your dog?
My dog, Cody. You met Cody.
Cody.
No, there was a question about your dog.
Yeah, he's asking a fucking million times.
Okay.
No, he's I don't know what he is. He's a mutt. I know he's part whippet because he's small and he's shaped like a greyhound, but he's either Doberman or Coonhound, black and tan.
Should I have gallbladder problems?
I don't know. It's dude V. You can't get wrapped up in the comments, man. You'll get confused.
Yeah,
they go so fast. They're just fucking.
They do retarded. Go incredibly fast. Yeah, like I got asked probably 4 times what I was wearing.
Well, that's important.
It is. Well, it's checked, so especially for you.
Nice. I'm amateur.
So
amateur. So let the guys know. So your first time out shooting a rifle.
That time, yeah. Well, yeah. We've done my father's cousin has a bunch of stuff from World War II. He lives close to the borders, and if you have metal detector, it's fun. I've never done it with him, but he takes his kids and they just walk around in the woods. A lot of it is just like when the war ended, or even like there could have been shootouts, like in there, like active fighting. Yeah. But a lot of the times it was just like stuff left behind, hidden. People are hoping they would come back for it. It was weird.
So like people like buried crap so people wouldn't find it, or like
or the houses they lived in, they would like hide it in the basement, or
and then it would like get caved in or something, or blown up or whatever. So and I'm sure he finds tons of like bullet cases and buttons and stuff.
Yeah, I think that was there. I don't know much of that, but I know that it was just weird because especially around the border, like the Germans and Czechs, they lived there, friends for years, and then suddenly somebody told them, "Hey, we are in war now," and they have to start fighting.
Wasn't Pilsen?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that liberated by the Americans and not the Soviets? Yeah.
Dude, there is a huge. Every May we celebrate it. They didn't do it this year because of the virus, but I think there is like still 1 or 2 soldiers who are alive. And I think last year or 2 years ago, one of them made it there. He's like 90, or
he's like $1 billion now,
or like 200.
Yeah. So,
but it's pretty cool, and Pilsen is pretty, like, every year, there is a big show. They have battles, reconstructions, a lot of like U.S.
reenactments. Yep.
Yeah. Eastern Europe does a lot of that because they have the space to do all that big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. but it's not like some kind of fake, or like maybe it's what 70, 80 years now, but like people enjoy it. Like they go out and you have a parade, the U.S. Jeeps and trucks, and they don't have like tanks or anything, but they just like they drive through the town. It's fun. People get drunk.
Well, I mean,
people get drunk in Central Europe. No way.
Yeah,
I mean, you literally have a whole kind of beer named after that city. Like,
yeah, you need a reason to get drunk, right?
Yeah. So, oh gosh.
Yeah, if you
I didn't know any of that. I don't know.
No, just for the record, I banned that fucker. I'm not going to show my fucking DD214 on a fucking live stream because it's got very sensitive information on it.
Yeah.
Like my social security number, my fucking current, or not my current, but my old address.
Yeah.
What unit I was in, who fucking signed the papers. No. If you don't believe me, that's your fucking problem. I don't ever claim to be this fucking hero in any of my videos at all. I rarely talk about military shit because it doesn't fucking matter what I did.
Nothing we
it was a job.
Just now has anything to do with that.
Good God. And then, I never served. Mark never served. It's like, fuck you. You're just trolling. You're just being a fucking old wrinkly piece of shit. Or a young kid. Just saying that straight. Yeah. If you need me to go that far to prove what I rarely talk about, and I don't bloviate. If I was gonna fake it, I'd say I was special forces and then I came back and got fat. No, I was a fucking infantryman. I was in a light infantry company. I was National Guard, Wisconsin National Guard. Nothing hardcore. Wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fucking big of a deal? That's why I don't usually talk about it. So.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
That escalated quickly.
It's been happening before you got here,
dude,
too.
V, this is a regular occurrence on my channel.
It is. Yeah. There's
prove that you were in the military. No, you want me to fucking prove? Devin, next time you're down here, I'll show you proof. I'll show you my... Actually, did I show you that? No.
Yeah, you
I'll
did
show you my
actually.
My discharge paper.
Yeah.
I did. It's like, and it's like nothing impressive.
No, it's just...
I've got 8 fucking ribbons, 7 of which are participation trophies.
Pretty much.
Ooh.
Well, most of them are.
Well, actually, 9 of them are. Or 8 of them. 8 out of 8 are participation trophies. Literally, I showed up. I got the fucking medal.
You were there when stuff happened. That was about it.
Right. And it's just like, holy fuck. I never proclaimed to be like, I'm like Vickers Tactical. I was fucking, I did a Q course and everything. I never proclaimed that shit. Ever. No. And it's just like, I have experience with an AR-15 platform. Yes, I do.
And if he was like lying about it, why would he do something that unamazing? Why would you lie about doing something that unamazing?
Right. I was in the Wisconsin National Guard. Yeah. Oh my God. That's the most hardcore fucking National Guard unit in the world. Yep. No, it's fucking not.
They get the same training as Delta Force.
Yeah, except we have 2 Ds because our Ds are so fucking big, bitch.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So we'll get back to this. So you're talking about Pilsen. They have that reenactment, and they have because the Americans actually. So how far did the Soviets actually get? Like initially, I actually don't know this in Czechoslovakia.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I know that Pilsen was liberated by the U.S. Army, but
I know a guy that actually went into Pilsen. He was at the 90th.
I know
90th
Prague.
Division.
The Soviets liberated Prague.
Yeah, I think maybe they got to Prague and then Pilsen. They didn't get to Pilsen. Is like, hour south.
Yeah, and it's like the Americans also liberated most of Austria, except for the very edge of it. So,
well, same with Czechoslovakia, and like, because I knew a guy, he was 90th Division, and he went in through Normandy, like day 2 on Utah Beach, like he wasn't whatever, but he went down, and he said they ended up in Czechoslovakia, and then they just kind of sat there, and then the armistice was signed, and then they just kind of went up and held security there, and then they went home, and then the Soviets kind of took over.
Sounds about right to me, because I know that there's a lot of, especially when you get to that everything outside of Germany part, it's just kind of just wherever they walked into each other. So
it's weird how Czechoslovakia got like basically annexed and forced to be part of the Soviet Union, but Austria didn't.
Spheres of influence. Well, Austria, because there was some weird I read about it because my family's Austrian, but like they had this weird thing after World War II where there was this vote whether they were going to join Germany as a whole or not.
Yep.
And they voted against it. And then after that, they like had another vote to choose which sphere of influence they were going to fall under.
And in 1958, they chose neutral.
Yeah. So, but like when they didn't pick Germany, to join Germany, then it became down to who are they going to be administered by and everything. And it ended up being administered by the Americans into the 50s.
Yeah.
Or like the late 40s or whatever. And then they had to decide, all right, now what are you going to do? We're leaving. What are you going to do?
But it's weird because if you look at it, Austria is actually farther east than Czechoslovakia. Like,
it is. Yeah,
Pilsen was west.
Furthest eastmost.
It's south,
American
right?
sphere of influences. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like Austria is farther east than Pilsen is.
Yeah,
west.
And all of modern day Austria was under American administration, and eventually under NATO administration. Basically, after that, well, United Nations administration.
Oh yeah, I should go get a drink.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Like Austria. Well, besides Eastern Czechoslovakia, like it's pretty fucking far east.
But then again, you also got to look at the Czechs. They fell into that sphere of influence, but they also had so much autonomy compared to everyone else in that sphere. I mean, they had their own like weapons and stuff, even when everyone else was like forced to use AKs and Mosins and stuff like that. They developed their own weapons and like.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they were just independent and they decided to fall under that.
No, they were more European than they were Slavs.
So, but like, I don't know do they really fall under the Soviet sphere of influence, or are they just their own communist thing?
Did we have all of that even during the war? Like the place in Brno, which made all of the guns, was that already?
Yeah. Yep.
They made guns right up to the end of the war. Yeah, they were. Okay. They made.
Don't they still make the VZ 2008?
Yeah, Brno. Yeah.
Yeah, like
and they make the CC Scorpion, and they make all the stuff still. Brno.
Yeah, and the civilian shit that they sell and export. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they also still make the weapons for the Czech military.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know that during communism, the country was like super self-sufficient. We had, and when it comes to manufacturing, we had a lot of stuff which were being made there.
So that's what I'm saying. I wonder if they're like just the communist version of Austria. Like they just got to communism on their own, and they're like, well, since we're communists, we'll hang out with these guys. Whereas Austria, after the Americans left, I guess we'll just hang out with the United Nations people. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, a lot of the countries, kind of just like it's too small to fight back, I guess. So just like
don't want that red tide to just come in and murder the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, man, I just like to say that like the countries there, like Czech especially, it was just cockroaches, just surviving.
You said that, you're like, yep, we're just living here.
Yeah. There's gonna be a nuclear war. Czechs are gonna come out of it.
Czech, like so I have a couple countries like in Europe that, of course, I sell surplus from around the world, but like my favorite surplus to sell because I think it's built really fucking amazingly well and it's quality and it's cool is Czechoslovakia / Czech Republic, Poland, and fucking Germany before 2008.
Yeah.
And the UK also makes some okay shit, but mainly it's Czechoslovakia and Poland are my favorite two countries to sell surplus from because their shit is strong, it's efficient, it's comfortable, it's useful, and it's practical.
It is.
So it was well thought out.
All the time, and it's Czech.
Right.
No.
Still works.
Get up to the camera and show V the actual pattern. I don't know if he's actually seen this shit before.
Oh. Yeah, I think Grandpa had a lot of this.
Yeah, well, it was around because it's all cotton too. It's really fucking comfortable.
It is. It's super nice.
Yeah. They would just like randomly get it sometimes as like, just like extra stuff. I don't know if he gets something because you had 2 years of mandatory service for every man after high school.
So they had conscription.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, conscription.
Yeah, conscription.
2 years. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, after the revolution, like it lasted for a couple more years, but it was the first thing to cut from the budget, right? Like nobody's going to pay for it anymore.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going through the whole process of training everybody to be a soldier, I mean, it's really great if there's a threat of war, but after that, it's a gross oversight, waste of money.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's a long time, like 2 years after high school for every guy. There's not that many countries still doing it. I think South Korea still has it.
Yep. Switzerland still has it. Finland
really?
still has it. Yeah.
Whew.
Switzerland's the one country that they do it for reasons of, well, everyone here has a gun. Everyone knows how to kill everyone. And our whole country's mined to shit. So we're never going to win, but we're going to make sure you don't win trying to take us. So,
or you're gonna pay fucking dearly for it.
Yeah, that's why when you look at like a World War II map, it's just like an ocean of Germany, and then Switzerland is just right in the middle.
Yep.
Not because Hitler didn't want to. He had Operation Tannenbaum, which is Christmas tree, and he was like, "We got to invade Switzerland just to complete the map, so I could have the whole set of whatever," and everything was like that. And he got huge pushback from generals. He's like, "Have you seen that place? We're gonna lose an unspeakable amount of people."
It's going to fuck over everything else, and they were right. They were correct.
Their whole country is just an interlocking field of bunkers and machine guns and artillery pieces. They mined all the railroads, the roads, the mountains to cause avalanches down onto roads. Whole cities have bombs under them. So the second the Germans would move in, they'd evacuate the town and just blow the whole town to heaven.
Well, it's like nowadays, too, like the nuclear thing. They're concerned about that. Well, all the countries around them are in support of Switzerland. Because they hold their fucking money. They're going to shoot down the nukes immediately before they get there. It's like the only way you can get Switzerland is with a ground invasion, which, hey, good luck to you, fuckstick.
Yeah.
I would never invade. No way. No way would I ever.
The epitome of home field advantage because they have no reasons to attack anyone else. But like during World War II, they shot down German and American planes that flew over Switzerland.
They sure did. And nobody got pissed. Nope.
Yeah. So
they're like, you need to pay us for this, or they're like, no, fuck you. You flew over our airspace. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. You need to pay us for this. Well, why don't you come and get our money?
Yep. Come and get it.
And then you're like, okay, we won't.
The only way to actually take Switzerland off the map would be to like dig a mine from the bottom of the U.S. through like down under the Atlantic Ocean, through the continent, straight up, and just like every nuclear and explosive device in the world you could possibly imagine goes underneath Switzerland and then fucking ignite it. That's the only fucking way.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is they would detect you. They would detect you like, yeah, it'd be. So yeah, Switzerland is the place to be. They also issue up potassium iodide tablets, like
to everybody. They're so grossly prepared for anybody that steps across that border that it's
the hell?
Unprecedented. Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah. And Finland's the same way. They got so effed by Russia so many times that Finland is like, they have warehouses and warehouses of just anti-tank mines because they don't have the personnel to physically take on the Russian army. So they're just going to blow everything to hell. Their goal is to never win, but it's just blow everything to hell and burn it to the ground.
Huh.
If we can't have it, nobody can. That's like the Swiss policy to it. If we can't live here, nobody can.
By the way, V, I was telling you about this shit that I found in those med kits last time. Check this out.
Oh yeah, I can read that.
What the hell is that?
It's basically what the fuck is the migraine medication? Excedrin. It's basically Excedrin. Okay. It's like acetaminophen with aspirin and fucking caffeine.
Can you put it closer? 3 times a day, 1 to 2 pills. Yeah. I think it says that if you weigh 70 kilos, you should take 1. And if you weigh more, you should take 2.
Yep. Yeah, it's basically like it's like Motrin, but that actually works.
Hey, you're saying Motrin doesn't work?
No, it fucking doesn't.
Don't tell everyone in North America that's ever been in the military.
Yeah,
there's medics shitting themselves right now, sending you emails and comments and all that other stuff. So, because if it can't be fixed by drinking a bottle of water, taking 2 Motrin, and changing your socks, you're probably going to die.
Yeah, take Motrin, drink water, change your socks, face out, and fucking pull security. That's an infantry thing.
Yeah.
But according to that cocksucker that came back twice, I was never in the military. So.
Yeah.
You're an imposter, man.
If Motrin and water can't fix you, there's no helping you.
Dude, when you mentioned the bunkers, just reminded me there's so many of them just abandoned around Czech when we were kids. We had
German ones?
Yeah, well, the Czech ones probably.
Did they
probably the Czech ones, right?
Did they ever like seal them up to so people couldn't go in them, or are they just out there still?
They're just out there. As kids we had dirt bikes, and we would just ride around the little town and the woods, and we would we knew about some of them, and then we would like try to find more. Basically, there's just like nothing, they're like
just concrete buildings,
just concrete, just like shit growing through the concrete now, and the door is usually like open. There's nothing in there, not even like. We went inside of a couple of them, and I don't even remember if, like you would think they're so remote, just like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That like you don't even have like homeless people sheltering there, like.
It's just,
it's not working.
There's just nothing. It's just like, little holes in them for the guns, and that's it. But it's cool. Like as a kid, it's just like you're like, oh wow, a bunker.
Yeah, a bunker as a kid, and then you go in there not knowing that it's like going to collapse at any moment.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why in Switzerland they had an ordinance passed in the 70s. They went there and sealed all of them up, every single one they could find, because kids were like going in there and then they were like collapsing and
killing them and hurting them. Yeah.
So because they mined out like entire mountains into fortresses and then just left them, and kids were going in there and like getting lost and starving and shit. Yeah.
I think the dog has to go out and take a piss, so you guys shoot the shit. But yeah, V, when we get back, we should talk about what the fuck were we going to talk about?
More Czech stuff. I want to learn about Czech stuff.
Maybe I should go take the dog to take a piss and fucking think about what we're going to talk about.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, this is the part of the stream where I normally go. This is Mike's on his normal bathroom break, and I will be answering all your mustache and mustache related questions. So even though it's not very big right now, it was very epic at one point. So,
was it bigger when I saw you?
Yeah, it was like huge. Remember?
That's right. That's right.
And straight out of the 1800s, and I had to shave it because coronavirus. So, yeah, unfortunately.
When you have a big one, it's more likely to catch it, or what?
Well, it got to the point where like I work in a retail job and in a lot of warehouses and stuff. So I'm crawling around Walmarts on the floor and stuff all day, and it was at the point where I was like touching it all day to adjust it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, do I really want to be doing that when I can't wash my hands all the time?
Makes sense.
And yeah, so I had to be like, it's got to go. And then when I decided on it that day, my boss was like, yeah, you got to shave that because we got to start wearing masks everywhere and whatnot. And I'm like, well, I just decided on it myself anyways. So.
Well, man, I wonder if now whole Minnesota or Minneapolis is going to get the virus.
Even worse now that all these people have been out and about
Yeah.
and doing stuff. It'd be a really funny thing if it came back like super. I mean, terribly tragic if people like actually get sick. But like if it proves all those people right, all those scientists that have been just like pulling crap out of their ass,
Mm-hmm.
and it proves them all right, I'd be like, well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that like back home in Czech, they started doing more testing, and a lot of people has the antibodies, and so that probably means they had it, and some of them didn't even know they had it.
Yeah, that's what they're
Some of
saying
them
here
like
too. There's
had
so
it
many
early
people.
on and thought that they had a flu.
Yeah. Well, they think that it was here so much long ago because, like, after I went shooting out with you guys and stuff like that, I come home and 2 weeks later, I got this terrible, terrible cough.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out and I got tested for the flu, and they're like, we don't know what it is. And this is like mid-February,
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it's not the flu, but we don't know what it is. Just go home.
Yeah.
And so I stayed home for like a week and a half, and getting over this cough, and then lo and behold, the coronavirus then becomes a thing, and then it's like, well, that's probably what I had. So
totally could be.
Yeah. So
it's a weird one too. Like I changed my opinion about it a couple of times. I don't know. It's just probably like don't live your life in fear, but
no. You definitely got to walk that line between being safe and
just make some smarter decisions, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't be too crazy. Don't expose yourself unnecessarily, but just like try to be reasonable and not
I always said use your cost-benefit analysis. So stop before you go do anything and be like, is it worth the risk of doing this in order to experience it? But I could possibly get sick. I feel like everything you should do that cost-benefit analysis and determine at your own risk whether it's worth it to you or not to do that. And so rather than doing the whole thing as a blanket statement, you could have had a once-in-a-lifetime chance to go do something or see something. And if you didn't let it, then because you were feeling sick, or whatever, or because you were afraid you might get sick, now you missed out on that experience. And now we're finding out in hindsight that it's probably not so bad, at least for people our age.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out the millennials are pretty much immune to this crap.
Basically. Chad loves you. You're a survivor.
No, I'm good. I don't need to do that. I mean, when you lick enough floors at Walmart, you get pretty much immune to anything.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't have any. There's the guy asking about surplus. I don't have any surplus. We had some stuff back home.
You got to get some cool Czech stuff like this.
Dude, I have to kind of start living, like, after college. Just moved here and trying to save up, maybe buy a house, start like getting stuff.
Now's the time to do that. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I think I can fit my life in like 2 large suitcases and a couple boxes. Pretty simple.
That's pretty easy to do then. Yeah. You're all packed already then.
Until I feel like I like settle down, and I don't even know if I'm staying here permanently.
Fair. You got to figure out your plan before you make any hard decisions like that,
And the first 5 years I moved like 4 times, so not worth like carrying too much crap with me.
Exactly. If you're not sure that this is where you're gonna stay, I just keep riding it out till you got everything figured out.
Enjoying the cheap brand.
Yep. Welcome back, Mike. Your headset's not on.
Now?
There we go.
Fucking button. All right, so you guys have a good little talk.
We were talking about the coronavirus.
I'm living in the U.S.
Yeah, and how we can't let it stop us from living, but you got to do that cost-benefit analysis and figure out what works for you.
It's like, I don't know, I have a sick parent who, like, if they get sick, if they get a cold, they can end up in the hospital, and they have, with like strep, and then it turns into pneumonia because they don't have an immune system. So I've always been, especially during flu season, like in the winter, I've always been like one to just, if you're sick, stay the fuck away from me. I'll stay the fuck away from you. I don't like getting close to people. like because of that. Like,
yep.
And people just like, oh, it's just a cold. It's like, well, it's a cold that could kill my parent.
It's a cold to you, but
right. Yeah. And so I just never wanted to get sick, and so this really isn't any different than what I've been practicing. It's like people are going nuts about it because it's like the first time they were thinking about it.
Yeah, even though they're exposed to new stuff like this every year.
Right. It's like, no, you shouldn't fucking be around. If you could see someone sick, well, first of all, if you're sick, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
That's a big thing in this culture that I fucking hate. It's like work punishes you for staying home if you're sick. Yeah. And I know people take advantage of that. Like, I get that.
There is always going to be people that take advantage of every system like that. But, like, there's also people that, like, even if they are sick, will purposely not say that they are because they need the money.
Right. But here's the thing is, like, you get everybody else sick, and it's just, like, makes everybody else fucking, you know, whatever. But, so anyway, I respect people's space. I don't get in people's fucking faces. Like, you and I have been to Walmart a few times, Devin. Like, I don't like being around people. I just
you get in there, you move fast, you get your shit, and you leave. Like how everyone should do it.
Right.
The and thing that because that's all I do. I stand in stores like that all day. Yep. And the woman that comes in with her 9 kids and she walks up and down every aisle and looks at everything and she's in the way, and it's like, no, you're doing this wrong. You should only be here. Somebody else should be watching the kids, and you should know what you want to get and get in here and get your crap and leave.
Yep. And I mean, that's just how I shop. Like, V, how do you shop?
We have
Amazon probably, right?
No, well, now more. I'm stealing my roommate's account for a free delivery.
But like when you do go out and shop, like how do you usually do it?
I like Aldi. It's just the German style.
Well, Aldi's fucking amazing. But I mean, like when you go in there, like,
do you know what you want to get before you go, or?
Well, yeah. Usually I have like a pretty good idea, and now like I'm kind of on some sort of a diet, so like I kind of cook the same stuff all over. You know, like I eat so much rice, I eat so much veggies, I eat so much meat, but I usually end up like getting more stuff as I walk around. But Aldi is like pretty.
That's Aldi, though.
4 aisles. You're not gonna like. No,
that's Aldi. That's the way they do that. Is like you can go in with Aldi and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get this, and this, and it's like the way they have shit positioned. It's like
yeah.
Well,
all stores are laid out. Yeah,
just gonna have one of those or 2 of those. Like, it's so cheap,
but still such a small store. You know, you're not gonna be there a long time anyway. But I like efficiency.
Yeah, efficiency is great, and I hate the people that just like. There's so many people I know that go into a store just to loiter and talk to people.
I wonder if US is the last country where you can get free plastic bags at a grocery store. And I know some states are not like that, right?
Yeah, do you want some? I have like 20 boxes of just plastic bags, like 1,000 plastic bags.
Dude, we used to use them. So like, you would get some at Walmart, and then we used to use them for garbage. Just like, why do I buy more plastic bags, which I use for garbage?
Yeah.
And then I get some.
Same.
Yeah.
They smell good. I can see that, but
yep,
they're bigger.
The Glad in them and the lavender, and
But it's such a waste. Like you bring in so much, and they're not recyclable.
Yeah, so you're filling plastic with plastic. Yeah.
Yeah, for more trash instead of buying more.
Well, me and Mike have talked about it before all the time, like how we think everything should just come in glass.
Nope, glass and paper. Or cardboard.
Yeah, because glass is it requires the least energy to recycle.
Yep.
It's only 10% of the original energy it takes to make new glass to recycle glass. Whereas aluminum is like 80. It takes 80% of the energy to recycle aluminum as it does to make new aluminum. And plastic, it's 95. It takes 95% of the energy to recycle as it does to make new plastic.
See, and that's the thing is like plastic is convenient. That's the thing is I will admit it's convenient.
Yes.
Okay? I get that. I just don't think it's sustainable, and it's not a good fucking product to rely on.
But glass can be just as convenient. Look at the 50s before we had plastic. Everything came in glass, and it was just as convenient.
Yeah, but they're worried about little Johnny. They use this as an excuse. Like, little Johnny cuts his foot open on a broken glass on the beach, and oh my God. It's like, Watch where the fuck you're stepping.
Yeah.
It's glass. It's like, okay, glass is reusable. Like, okay, I will pay you instead of $1 for a Coke, I'll pay you $1.05 for a Coke.
And
because when I go and return the bottle, I get that 5 cents back. You wash the bottle, you refill the bottle, and you put another cap on the bottle, and it's the same fucking bottle. It gets reused until
over
it breaks.
and over and over again, like the milkman used to do. Like you see,
Right.
They would go drop it off, and they'd pick up the empties and take them back and wash them and refill them.
Well, the thing was, like, when I was living at my parents' house, like, there was a farm south of town that did that style. They had glass bottles. Okay,
yeah.
You pay the deposit. You pay like $1.75 a bottle because they were the half-gallon bottles. When you exchange the bottles, your rinsed ones, you get that deposit back. And whatever, if you buy less milk the next week, you actually kind of make a couple bucks on the deposit. It's fine. And it's like, if you don't return it, you don't get the deposit back.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, that works everywhere in Europe.
I know it does.
When you buy beer, mostly for beer, because but we drink so much of it. But yeah, that's like some states has it, right? You pay extra, and then when you return the bottle, you get that money back.
Well, there's
like in Canada they do that too.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, a couple states. It's Hawaii, Iowa, and Michigan.
Yep.
They do like that's why you see when it's stamped on the bottles, like how many cents it's worth in return.
Cents. Yeah.
Yeah, even plastic bottles, and it's like fucked up. But like, no, I here's the thing: is if I drank Coke, I would go and buy a 6-pack for say $8.50. $1.50 of that would go to the deposit for 6 bottles. Well, so I return the bottles. I get the $1.50 back. It actually only cost me, $7.
Yeah.
And those bottles are not going into a landfill. They're going to be reused.
Yep.
And they can be reused a billion. Yeah. It's like, so how the fuck? Oh, because the petroleum industry had all this shit that they had to use up and try and make money on. So they lobbied against the glass and paper bag industries. It's money. It's really what it is. It's all about money and lobbying. It's like all the hemp products
too. It's like you have all of these industries that purposely made that not a thing here in North America because of all the lobbying.
Oh yeah, the hemp thing, yeah.
Yeah, because you can make plastic from hemp that's biodegradable. You can make rope. You can't get high off of it, but that was their argument,
Right, because hemp is not marijuana. Hemp is the male plant.
Yeah.
Marijuana is the female plant.
And
hemp.
You can make clothes out of it. Yeah. You can make tons of stuff. You can make tires out of it. You can make fuel out of it. You can make tons of stuff out of it. So all of these industries just cracked down on it and got it banned.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I was talking to a guy a couple of years ago. We did this like train ride down to a town and watched fireworks. It was pretty cool. This guy I met was in his 90s, but he was still like really active and like mentally there. And I found out he was a World War II vet. He served in the South Pacific. And we were talking on the way back from this fireworks thing. And it's cool because he was talking to me like just a normal dude. And I'm like, so what happened? Why aren't trains used more to transport goods? Why are trucks the number one way that like the U.S. transports goods now? It's so much less efficient. It's so damaging, for everyone involved. Like the roads, the fucking fuel itself, the parts needed for those trucks that break down all the time, the inefficiency.
Yeah.
And I was like, so why did it go from the railroads bringing goods to like central hubs, okay, and then trucks shipping it out locally to trucks shipping out things from the ports nationally? And he goes, well, I've been working on the railroad since before the Second World War, and I came back and started working for him again, and I noticed that the trucking lobby gained more traction in Congress than the train lobby did, because it was this new idea, that it was going to be better.
Well, the railroad was so solidified, they probably thought they didn't need to lobby, because they're like,
well, and we can make it better. We can make it. but we can make it better. And and then so basically it's this old dude. I don't know if he's still alive. I hope he is, because he was like really, that was an awesome conversation. He was just straight up with me. He goes, no, it was a lobbies. It's like they lobbied the government. They got legislation passed to make trucking less regulated at the time than railroads were, and they started putting regulations on the railroads, and that's how they worked their magic. And it became less popular and less efficient for companies, so they started going towards trucking. And I was like, oh, that's fucking interesting. Like, really?
It sounds like a really American way to do shit, not gonna lie.
What he told me, though, is he goes, I hope you guys and your generation figure this out. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
And he was sincere about it. He wasn't like just saying that. He goes, I really hope you guys figure this out and try and fix it, because things were messed up big time.
Yeah.
Things got really messed up. And he's like, I hope you guys can fix it.
In our generation, that was like the first ones to actually give a damn and try to fix crap.
Right. Yeah. And it's like, but how I mean, how do you fix a problem that's that
ingrained? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do you do
that?
I'm sorry to be like, we're going off on a tangent.
But like eventually, how it's the long game. Eventually, our generations are going to be the ones running this bitch, and that's when the change is finally going to take place. Once these old geriatric fucks die, and we have to replace them and make the actual decisions, then that's when that's going to happen. We just have to remember this shit now. In 20 years, when we're running this country, and not run it into the fucking ground.
Ugh, I don't know, man. I think everything is kind of slowly changing.
Yep.
I just hope that it's gonna change fast enough, before it's a lot of people in this world.
Before it's too late.
Yeah. But you're just gonna make some more environmental things more sexy.
Baby steps, and then move to big steps.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, environmental shit, like, it's insane because the propaganda machine in the U.S. will have certain groups believe that we are the most polluting and we're just we're contributing to global warming, etc. You name the buzzword, right?
Yeah.
Reality is China and India are the two. Well, China's the biggest.
Yeah.
Goddamn polluters, the
largest
in the fucking
far.
world.
Yeah.
In the world, and nobody seems to give a fuck about them.
Well, hold on, isn't it? Well, I think or know that you're right, but well, first of all, everybody's enjoying products from there.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, you're correct. You and I are enjoying products. All three of us.
But isn't that US is kind of close, but the population size is, the difference is way bigger than the difference.
No. The actual, I don't have the stats. I mean, you could Google this shit.
It's all based on like percentage of goods made and population per capita and stuff like that. But like last year, what was it? Last year was when they came out with that big environmental thing, and before that, it was like the U.S. was supposed to be supposedly the most polluting country in the world, and now we're not even in the top 25 because in the last 5 years we've made such great leaps and bounds at reducing pollution that we made a bigger drop percentage-wise in pollution than any other country in the world, actually, as far as how much we've produced by tons. But because we're so big and our industry is so big, is what made people seem to think that we're the most polluting nation in the world. But actually, it's a lot of the Russias and Chinas and Indonesias and Indias. Those places are actually now the most heavily polluting countries in the world by a significant margin. And a lot of that has to do with their rapid industrialization. The U.S. did it very slow. So we were
China in the last 10 years.
But but you look at let's say 40 years ago, China barely had any paved roads. Now they have enough paved roads, all right, in even just the last 20 years to cover all of the British Isles in 100 feet deep of pavement.
That's a lot of roads.
Yeah, they built that in 20 years. There's places that were fishing villages that were 2 or 3 huts that are now mega cities in 20 years in China. And all of the stuff, it's their rate of expansion. It's the same way with India. So they survived the stigma because they were so rural for so long. And then they went through this huge growth in a few years that took the U.S. a century. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's the cows.
But here's the thing: is
there's inefficiency in growth that rapid. So
the cow farts. Actually, you know what's interesting is like
they don't fart, right? They burp the methane. Don't fart.
No, they fart.
Cows fart
they
a lot.
Fart.
I used to have lots of cows. Cows stink. So,
but here's the thing: is what creates more methane than cows is actually landfills.
Yes, breaking down of plastic and other stuff.
Cows in number of how much of the greenhouse gases. Cows are ahead of cars, right?
Nope, landfills.
No.
I mean, for methane.
Yeah.
For methane, greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, methane, and sulfur. Okay, so for methane alone, landfills create the most methane. They produce the most methane.
But that's not surprising.
Well,
right. It has to go somewhere, and
so that's why this whole like cow farts shit. It's like, really, like that's what you're gonna.
Yeah.
You're such a fucking child. Like.
Yeah, it's not like animals have been farting since the beginning of time and everything's fine.
Well, I agree. Agriculture is a fucked up thing. Like. It always has been. It's actually ruined culture.
Agriculture, even today, is still a carbon sink. They do way more for the environment than they produce.
How so?
They produce way more goods and services and items for the rate of pollution than almost any other industry.
I disagree with you there. Like corporate farming, the massive fucking farms that go on in the U.S. I disagree with you. I'd agree. Local farmers, you're right.
Yeah, but like I'm talking in the world as a whole. There's obviously most farms are not gigantic corporate farms, but then you look at the farms where they don't have animals. Like how much pollution is a cornfield making? You produce your carbon dioxide when you're planting it and harvesting it.
Okay, but here's the thing: your cornfield, what's that going to feed? Either people or cattle.
Fair.
Cows.
It's not just there.
Yeah, I know, but like, but not every farm is, producing tons of methane because not every farm has tons of animals. But like
no. That's not what I was saying. But like, I'm saying it's a symbiotic thing. It's like, it's okay. You don't have any methane on your property, right? So you're growing corn or soybeans or fucking whatever.
But like that stuff is absorbing so much more pollution than it takes to produce that.
No.
How much pollution are you making to plant a cornfield?
Just the fossil fuels?
Yeah.
Just the fucking a lot.
The 20 gallons of diesel it takes to plant acres and acres and acres and acres of plants.
It's not 20 gallons of diesel. You ever see a fucking planter, like a tractor? Like they're fucking huge.
Yeah, but they're also pretty efficient.
Like it's okay. So measure that. Okay, and then all the fucking
we really got to dial down how much pollution, how much carbon dioxide does a whole cornfield absorb? Is it more than what that tractor produces?
I was just gonna say. Okay, so they plant it. Okay, you use 20 gallons of diesel. We'll say.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the fucking herbicides, pesticides, and fertilizer that are chemically produced in a factory by the fucking metric ton?
But
that they have to go and burn more diesel spreading around.
Yeah.
You don't need it, but you do if you're planting a certain fucking crop.
It helps, but then if
it doesn't
crop
help.
is also,
but it's what you're.
Yeah, but if that crop, because of that, ends up being twice as healthy, twice as big, it needs twice as much carbon dioxide and everything to survive and to grow. Does it balance out? I don't know if it does or not, but like compared to, let's say, the auto industry, what they are producing pollution to make a thing that produces pollution.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And the thing is, like, I had a friend about, this is probably like 9 or 10 years ago now. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. He was driving like a fucking car from the early 70s or late 60s. I don't know. I'm not a car guy. I don't. But it was a nice car, right? And so he pulls into Walmart, and it's a loud car because it doesn't have, whatever.
Yeah.
And he gets out, and some bitch fucking screams at him, "Oh my God, pollute the earth some more," or some shit like that. Like, you're polluting the earth with your fucking car. And he goes, he did an analysis breakdown. He did a Facebook rant back when they were actually,
a thing
relevant. Yeah. And he goes, okay, so my car produced this much of this much. This. It's been on the road for this many years, and it wastes this much gas and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Your new car, your fucking Prius that you just fucking bought, batteries, strip mining, all this shit. Like, he just listed all this shit.
To get those precious metals to get batteries to work. Yep.
And he's like, I mean, because a car in the late 60s, early 70s is pretty easy to take apart. You open it up, and like, I could even say that's the carburetor, that's the fucking, the fucking engine, that's the fucking, it's like, but nowadays you got all this electronic shit. So it's like, how much did that take to produce? Exactly. So anyway, he went on this rant, and I'm like, that's a good point. Like, you've been driving this car that's been around for 50 years.
Yeah.
The amount of fossil fuels and shit that it took to build it do not outweigh the amount of performance.
No, because it shrinks every year he continues to use that car because it's paying for itself, essentially. Because the longer the lifespan, the more that carbon dioxide gets spread out. That initial amount, anyways. So, but like, it comes down to like, like what I was saying, is a farm super carbon dioxide producing as far as an industry goes compared to other industries?
All right, Cajun Catfish.
Do I have to answer that? I have to answer that. I was just going to say.
Yep.
Also, the whole point of that talk was go vegan. I tried it. Don't do it. I didn't feel good.
Yeah, I like steak too much.
No, well, no, I it's okay. Like, I can see a point in it, like, especially, whatever, but
yeah,
I didn't do it the right way, and I didn't feel good. Anyway, dude, that's a great question. I love to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, but because, there's obviously some math that needs to be investigated and whatnot, but, like, there's definitely a ton of stuff that we could do better in every industry. And,
anyway, I'm going to try to answer this great question. How is it that Czechs drink so much beer but still stay slim? So yeah, we are by far the number one. I think it's like 170 liters per person every year, which is what is it? 340 pints every year. So that's 1 pint a day, basically. I don't know if they do it per capita, like only the people who are.
Yeah, it's probably spread out per capita. Yeah. So but there's probably some people that are drinking 600 pints a year, and other people drinking none.
Well, and especially if they have kids in the stats. I don't know if they exclude like it's
probably adults.
Yeah, because you can drink when you're 18, right? So
yeah,
it's like crazy. Like, we're so far ahead, everybody. But the problem is that it's actually quite a bit, and I don't know who's drinking so much. Like, I don't drink really anymore, but when I was like in high school and early college, I was still not even like, maybe I was average.
Yeah, anywhere near that amount. Yeah, some of that stuff blows your mind, but like, there is people out there that are drinking 900 pints a year.
Oh my God. Like, there are probably dudes who have, like 5-6 a day. And now we are talking like, 16-ounce ones, not the baby ones.
You're gonna pop.
They're not as strong though, like we do a lot of lagers.
Yeah.
So like, if you have like a 7% IPA compared to 4.2 Pilsner Urquell, which
a lot of European beer is only at like 4%, isn't it?
We don't usually go below 4. Everything is around like 4.2, 4.5.
Yeah.
With having some small breweries now, kind of experimenting with the IPAs and ales and whatnot, but the lager is just like number one and will be. But yeah, it's a interesting. Not everybody is slim, man. There's a lot of fat people, dude. We have like number one. We are number one in beer consumption and colon cancer. People are just drinking.
Oh, shit pipe cancer. That's a bitch.
Cancer.
Dude, you know why? Because we love all of these like freaking sausages, smoked salamis. There's so much, salt in it and smoked and whatever.
Yep,
I can't eat
smoked
that.
food. Smoked food is bad.
That's why I had to move here, man. I couldn't eat that shit anymore.
Wait. You chose America, the land of fast food. What's in the video even? Like, we go to McDonald's after we shoot guns. Just because it's like
Welcome to America.
Yeah. And,
oh my God.
So, but like, what you decided, I'll go to the land of fast food and food-related deaths and health illnesses.
Yes, I chose wisely.
Diabetes.
Yeah. Mike's got freaking
The
Wilford Brimley as his thing. Yeah, diabetes.
Well, fuck yeah. Wilford Brimley, diabetes king, man.
Yeah.
You guys drink soda and we drink beer.
I don't drink soda. I fucking haven't in many years. It's
And I recently really cut back on my sugar, so I'm drinking mostly a lot of like sparkling waters, not really soda anymore.
Smart. I was gonna say something. I forgot. Oh yeah, when I was doing the diet, I wasn't vegan. I was vegetarian, but almost vegan, I guess. So doesn't count.
There's like a 20 different levels of.
Yeah, no, I was vegan plus eggs, basically, whatever that is called, and
vegetarian.
Yeah. Right. But it was funny. Like Grandpa, I talked to him often, and he was so worried, like growing up in that culture, like the kind of stuff we eat.
Yep.
And he would always tell me, "Oh my, look at you! You look so skinny." And like,
you're withering away. Yeah.
Dude, like I was like 200 pounds. Then I started a diet. I went down to like 178. Which is ridiculous. I'm 6'4".
Yeah, but you're 6 foot fucking 4.
Yeah, and now I'm back to 191. But
which is a great weight for being 6'4".
Dude, I couldn't stop losing weight. Like I thought I was eating a lot, but then it's like all like low calorie food that I was just losing weight because I was working out at the same time.
Well, if you need to lose more weight, I highly recommended getting infected wisdom teeth. And then having them F up your paperwork for almost 2 months.
You're gonna be a walking bones in no time.
Yeah,
Devin had some infected teeth a while back, and
7 weeks.
I
didn't eat for like hardly anything for like 7 weeks. I went from like 175 pounds to like 130 pounds in a few weeks. Yeah, I lost a ton of weight. So it took me forever to gain it back. It's now like almost a year and a half, almost a year later, and I'm still haven't even gained all that weight back. It's bad.
So diets are fun.
I would say diets are fun.
It's also genetics too. Like V is. I'm sure back in the day we consumed as much shitty food and alcohol, specifically beer. I'm sure we consumed the same amount, right? My genetics went, well, you're going to get fat again. all that you were in shape, you worked for that, well, you're going to get fat again. Your genetics went, well, you'll stay thin, but you're going to fucking pay for it later. We don't know, because it's like everybody's different. They react differently to things, and like I had friends that I was drinking with, back in the day that we were drinking like we buy a pitcher of beer because it was cheaper. And we were slamming like 10, 15 of those a night. Just whatever. Fuck it, hey, everybody's drinking. And there was guys that were skinny and stayed fucking skinny. There were guys who were fat like me who stayed the same fatness or got a little bit fatter. It's like we were all still that unhealthy. Like, think about it. We're all drinking massive amounts of alcohol and beer and carbs.
Have the biggest impact on your
health.
And
eating cheeseburgers and fucking fried food. But it's like, genetics have a lot to do with it. I've seen people that are like fatter than fuck, that are alcoholics. They fucking eat shit. They live to be fucking 80 years old, 90 years old.
Like 100. And it's like, what the hell? Yeah.
And it's like, there's people that are thin their whole lives. They do everything correctly.
And they die in their 40s.
They die at 40? Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it's like cavemen. Cavemen only lived to be 40, and they ate vegan every day.
Right.
Or whatever. Those like healthy diets hunters, every day. Yeah.
Yeah, the shitty hunters. Yeah.
The organic and stuff. Yeah.
That's so true. like you sometimes have guys, alcoholics who are super skinny, and then sometimes you have these big guys who are super fat, and they get the big noses. Like that's the alcohol.
Whiskey nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
They'll call it whiskey nose here. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Where it's purple. You guys have that phrase in Cheshire?
Oh my god, when it gets like super swollen and like
purple. It's purple. It's like veiny.
Changes color. Yeah.
Do you guys call it whiskey nose in Europe?
We call it. I don't know if you have a name for it.
Like, I would just call it drinker's nose because it could be anything.
Drinker's nose or something like that. But like the little like craters, like the bumps.
Oh yeah,
holes.
Yeah. It's like acne but reversed.
Yeah, but it depends what you drink. I think like
it doesn't. It just depends how long and how hard you're doing it.
It's from
and also we call it whiskey nose because it's like very common on the guys, the old fat guys that sit there at the bar and they drink whiskey every fucking night.
Yeah, they're there from when it opens to when it closes, and that's all they do. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, so maybe if you drink hard liquor, it goes faster.
Well, probably it's a little bit more concentrated. It's like, I don't know.
Yummy. Dude, don't be an alcoholic.
Well, Devin's a drunk. So, he doesn't go to meetings.
No.
He's not technically an alcoholic because he doesn't.
No, I'll drink with a mask on anonymously. Why not?
True.
So,
smart.
But.
Oh fuck! Have you seen? I don't know the.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe you saw the
thing. Show him the thing.
Pills?
Where the fuck did I put it?
Yeah, where is it, Mike? You got? Oh, this is fantastic.
Seriously, where the fuck did I put it? Oh, there it is. You got it.
Hold on. I'm looking.
I can't be out of the fucking line of sight.
Fantastic.
Don't be an alcoholic. Is that the lesson I should take from V? Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in you can make your own choices. You're your own person. You're big enough. You're a grown up enough to make your own decision.
See, but like, I enjoy having a drink, so you just don't want to you don't want to turn it into a bigger problem where like it's a problem to have one drink, Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Which I didn't know what it was.
The plague doctor man.
Yeah, he sends me a picture, right? And I'm like, hold on, I've seen this before.
Oh gosh, that's fantastic. I was like, you got to go to Walmart and wear that, or like somewhere that requires a mask.
Oh, dude, that's so good. Is this like a replica or like this one?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
God, yeah, it's a replica. It's new made. It's not one of the better made ones. Like the real ones. Well, actually, no. There were many different styles. Like some of them were like the thick beaks like this. And some of them had the really long and skinny beaks and they were all sewn. They weren't riveted like this.
Sure. But this is later on, what doctors used, right? Like during
Yep. Yeah. And do you know why? It's because they would put, like I typed to you, they thought that bad smells were the cause of disease. And so they would put like basically potpourri, so like flowers and spices.
They'd stick a bunch of shit in the beak,
in
so
the
you
beak,
could smell that.
So they would smell that, and then they'd be able to look through, whatever the fuck they had back then. I don't even know what they had for glass. But anyway, I think they actually used glass.
They did use actual glass. It would be like what you would see on like the World War I gas mask. It was like the spider web. It was like soldered together.
Spider web. They used fiberglass.
Okay, but like it was like glass. You would do like with stained glass in a church. It was like soldered together.
Right.
Yeah.
Back then, but in World War I, that was not
actual glass. Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah. But anyway, so that they would go in and they'd wear their hats and they'd do their thing. And there was like an authority, like I'm an authority, like kind of thing, like wearing this mask. And it became a symbol and it's fucked up and creepy. That's why I like it.
Well, I mean, how many kids had tons of fucking fear of this guy in a long black coat with a huge hat and a bird mask walking in the middle of the fucking night because doctors made house calls, out of the rain. And being like, yep, your parents are going to die. Here you go. Good luck,
And
kid.
you're probably gonna get it too. So
Yeah.
best of luck, kids. Here's a fucking
Yep.
peppermint.
But I did like all those old timey like medicine things. Like they go in there, and I just like imagine the doctor shutting his bag, and he's like, "Yep, you got ghosts in your blood. You should do cocaine about it."
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. That's funny.
A plague mask? Yeah, you should.
Oh man, yeah, they're funny.
That'd be shitty to wear to Walmart though.
I would tough it out to wear one of those in a store for like one of those ones I'm in for like 2 hours, just so that way when like really early in the morning before the store opens up, I could just be like doing the stuff, and the first person that comes down the aisle, I could just make
You
direct
just like
eye
slowly, no, slowly just go.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious, yeah.
But it's funny because when you send me a picture, my cousin, who coincidentally lives in Canada now, he sent me one too. That he bought one too. It's random.
Oh, history nerd.
Yeah. Canada, that's a place to go.
I mean, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
You guys have plastic money. It's all right.
Yeah, yeah, the plastic money. It's all rainbow colored and looks like Monopoly dollars. It's garbage.
It's fake.
When my dad brought me back that fucking money from Canada, I was like, dude, did somebody like fuck you? Like,
yeah,
I was like, wait, this is like real.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I suppose it doesn't disintegrate in the wash, but it's like, really?
It lasts a lot longer supposedly than like
That's what I mean, but like
money that
really,
you, like, yeah,
you can like wash it, right? You can do whatever.
You could do pretty much anything to it and it'll be fine, yeah. But like, and then all the like coin money, because Canada forever had like coin money up to like $50. They had coins, and that was something the U.S. never did. The U.S. tried to do it because coins last like 20 times longer than paper money. So
well, then you can just melt them down, yeah.
Well, a lot of it too is like, it costs money to make paper money, and if you're making new paper money all the time because it's wearing out,
right,
and getting rid of it, like you save money by making coins. And so the US made all these like coins, and they're sitting somewhere because at one point they were like, they wanted everything to be coins except for the $100 and above, because that was back when they had stuff that was bigger than $100.
Yep.
And people were like, I don't want to carry around this gay coin purse and all this other shit, They're like, I like having my paper money and my billfold, and this is America, and how dare you change that? And
when did they start with like paper bills? Because historically it's just coins, right? Made of actually
paper bills. No. Benjamin Franklin made paper bills way back in the 1700s. He used leaves.
Okay.
Because leaves, you couldn't like forge a leaf, and he would like stamp a leaf onto a piece of paper because it's a thing by nature and it can't be like replicated super easily, so it prevented.
Well, and then what happened was how it, long story short, evolved was you would go to a blacksmith who forged a gold bar for you, or I'm sorry, like, molded one. And you would say, okay, I entrust you to hold this here, but I want you to give me a receipt basically saying that I have this and I own this much gold at your location. Okay. Well, okay, so that means if you were walking around and you had this piece of paper and all of a sudden somebody's like, I got to sell my house, I want to sell it for this much gold, and you're like, well, shit, I have this much gold. Right now, I'm going to buy your fucking house.
Yeah, but I don't want to carry 40 pounds of gold around.
Right. So if you go to this blacksmith, you can pick up the gold. I'm going to hand you this note that says you're now the owner of it. That's how paper money kind of like got started, and then
it was a representation of value. Yeah,
right. But it actually had value. Like it was. Yeah. You could turn it in anywhere.
To something. It was a tangible representation of. It was just more convenient.
And up until 1971, the U.S. dollar was backed by gold.
Yep, that was the same.
And yep, and it was. And then they decided to just kind of make it a fiat currency where it was like, yeah, well, it's whatever. It's worth whatever people say it is.
Yeah, it's just worth whatever the global market determines.
So we could print more now, and it won't be a problem. It's like, no, that's not, because like before 1971, you could actually take, $100,000, a note to Fort Knox and be like, I want this equivalent of gold.
Yeah,
and they would fucking do the transaction and give it to you. Nowadays, good luck doing that.
Well, they did that because they wanted to control inflation.
Exactly.
If it has no tangible value, it doesn't have as much inflation. So.
Yep. Well, it also no, that's not why they did that. It's the opposite. Is if it doesn't have any fucking tangible value, inflation increases. But they can also spend more and print more money than if it's actually backed by something.
It's not.
So you had that backwards.
Compounding effect as if it.
Yeah. You just had the statement backwards. That's all I'm saying. But like, it's really fucked up. Like, it's currency. It's not money.
No.
So,
like, if the world ends tomorrow, all of the dollars and everything you have are absolutely worthless.
But your silver and gold are worth something. However,
has it ever happened?
That's also being
in the U.S. that the currency was replaced and the old one.
I don't think so.
No, the U.S. has always done like a phase system. It's like everything that's printed on it is worth what it says it is, even if new stuff comes out.
Forever, yeah, it definitely
just gets phased out.
Yeah, you could take a fucking a $5 bill from 1870, and you could actually cash that in at Fort Knox for that amount of gold. Like, they would have to give that to you because when they print money, it's indefinite. However, you're gonna get the value of that year's note, and like, it's fucking insane.
Yeah. But Europe had some cases, I think, in Czech too, that like the current currency was determined to be worthless by the government, and they printed out new currency. They gave you like some stupid shit exchange rate, but
it's called fucking people.
Yeah, well, basically everybody's money, suddenly had no value, and they could like wipe their asses with it.
Yeah.
Well, right. That usually happens after, like, so with Germany, right? After World War I, the Deutschmark was worthless. It was fucking worthless, and yeah, again, a wheelbarrow of that would have been better to wipe your ass with than get a loaf of bread. And sometimes in Europe, like when I don't know the exact details, but like, it doesn't just happen in Europe. When a regime changes, they try to just reset the country just artificially by, oh, well, we don't use that currency anymore. It's now called this, and we're going to print this much of it, so your old money's worthless, and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't fucking do anything. It doesn't do shit.
I'm reading somewhere online. June 1st, 1953, Czechoslovakia declared a surprise drastic currency reform that devaluated the current koruna by a factor of 50 to 1.
Yep.
That's terrible. Yeah. Holy crap, 50 to 1.
Yeah, per person, the first 1,500 crowns, korun, as Czech would say, that had exchange rate 5 to 1, and then over 1,500 crowns, it was 50 to 1.
But like, how many people had that much money back then, though, too?
Well, yeah, like 1,500 was a lot. But anyway, like, I know that like somebody maybe knew it was coming, so they would try to buy like art or metals or anything of value.
They would invest it into something, or just buy as much shit as they could.
And
others, before it was
they just woke up and threw their money out of the window because it was worthless.
Well, I mean, it's the Czech Republic. They probably threw it into the furnace to keep warm.
So, something like that. I'm gonna go get a drink, guys.
All right. Yeah, currency should be 762 by 54R. I believe that.
What?
Some guys like currency should be 762 by 54R.
Shit, I'd be all right for a while.
Yeah, it's like, exactly. I'm doing all right. I just bought those 2 cans.
All right, I'm going to have to get pissed.
All right. This is where I will answer all of your mustache and mustache related questions. Actually, I got like a ton of 762 by 54 that I just bought today. Actually. Because of all the riots going on in my city, I thought I'd be a little prepared, so I bought a bunch of different kinds of ammo. So these are 2 boxes, but I got more than that over there because I have like 50 of these brass stripper clips, the Chinese ones that I really like. So I got a bunch of those, and I bought 308s, and I bought a bunch of stuff today. And then if I don't need to shoot anybody today, which I hope I don't have to, I can. We just can't show guns on the live stream. No guns at all on the live stream, but ammunition is fine. And yeah, so I just as long as I don't have to shoot anybody, I'll use this ammo for videos and stuff this summer. So for all of you that have been donating and obviously watching stuff for the ad revenue and whatnot, a lot of that went to this. Obviously, I spent way more than I actually received, but it happened. So we were talking about all the ammo I bought for the riots. And this is only a small portion of it, and it's all on clips. So
okay.
So
what is it for?
That's for the Mosin.
Okay.
I have a Finnish Mosin. The pride of the Soviet bloc.
Huh.
As I like to call it.
Guns.
Yep, and then I bought, this is actually Czech produced ammo, which is weird because it's got like a little step in the actual bullet itself, rather than the like case.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before, but this ammo came from it's Czech. So
probably
it saves weight, I'm guessing, and whatnot, but it's like I've never seen that before, so that was interesting.
No guns on live stream.
Yep, you can't show any guns on the live stream because it'll flag it instantly. Because YouTube's incredibly liberal and they hate guns.
What train, dude? Last year this liquor store next to me had something on sale, and I bought like 24 cases of it.
24 cases or cans?
Cases, 12 packs.
24 12 packs.
Yeah, no case, not cases, 12 packs. So I had like 250 glasses. This one is, dude, I don't even know what it is.
You could just show it.
Victoria. This was for, I had visitors, my family, and
Victoria. I've never even heard of that.
Dude, this was like a Corona mixed like variety pack, and this was in it. And now I'm out of all the other beer. I bought this for someone else, and now I'm out of all the other ones, so I'm drinking this one.
Is it okay at least?
It's from Mexico. I don't know, dude. After a couple beers,
you don't really care how it tastes anymore.
You don't really care.
Yep. So once you get the first couple in you, yeah.
Yeah, 250 bottles, but just the 12 ounce, so they don't even count, man.
No, they're all right.
Like that, I normally, like back in the day, that wouldn't last for a while. I had it for a while because I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah.
But
fair.
If let's say we had like every Friday, Saturday, we would have 15, 16, 17. Yeah.
So you're a beer drinker then?
Couple weeks, dude. I hated it as a kid, but you just have to drink it because everybody does. Like you know, like you can't.
I've never been a beer drinker. I always drink hard liquor. So.
But then there is a point in a man's life where you just suddenly like, wow, it's actually.
Whoa, man! Did you just assume both of our genders?
I'll tell you what, though. As not a beer drinker, though, when you go like outside and you're really thirsty and like really hot, and somebody hands you a cold beer, it is like the best tasting thing on earth. So,
right, like yeah, I'm thirsty, dude. But every time, like I'm thirsty, and I tell myself, oh my god, it would be so good to have a beer. And then
I know, right? It's like when you're really hot and thirsty, it's like beer is the best thing you could possibly have.
True, but for whatever reason, like I feel that way, then I open one and I have like a couple sips, and the thirst is gone, and then I'm like, I didn't really want this.
No, it's like ick. Yeah.
But it's on the days when I don't actually feel like drinking beer, when it tastes really good, and I end up having.
Then.
Yeah. See, like like once I have like 2 or 3, it's hard to stop. So now I only drink when there is an occasion because
Fair. Well, I only drink on the weekends normally, so.
weddings and funerals, man. Maybe birthday
Well,
parties.
weddings and funerals are the same thing. One just has a cake.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So whose life is ending, the wife's or the husband's?
It doesn't matter. Both of them, for all I know. But like, I've never been weddings or funerals because they're the same thing. I have to dress the same way and do the same stupid crap. It's just one has a cake.
Dude, one shitty thing, and don't get me wrong, I'm here by my choice, but a lot of my friends are in Czech, my family is in Czech, so I don't really get to go to a lot of funerals and weddings.
Yeah, tell me. Like, my family lives like halfway across the continent, basically, and I'm sitting here all alone, basically, and it's fantastic. I don't have to do shit.
Devin, so lonely. Our lives are miserable.
I wouldn't say I'm miserable. It's kind of great. I like call my mom on her birthday and see if she's still alive, and she'll call me on my birthday and see if I'm still alive, and that's like it. And then maybe Christmas.
You fucking immigrants. You fucking immigrants.
Oh, come on, Mike. It's great. I don't have to remember birthdays or to like send cards or to do any of that crap.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
Don't label me, Mike. I'm a millennial. I don't like labels, okay?
You're is that how you say millennial, really?
I can say it right. I'm sorry.
Millennial? I was like, what the fuck did you just say? Millennial. Say that.
Millennial.
Yeah, you gotta enunciate. Yeah. This is North America.
Yeah. We're in the fucking upper Midwest. Millennial.
Yeah. Every vowel gets enunciated with extreme precision.
So you don't have to do like LA does. Like, I'm from LA. You know, like,
dude, accent is great. Chicks love it.
They certainly do.
But
shit. But you can also make it worse too. Like, depending on like how hot they think it is, you can make it worse because
dude,
Now you just got to grow a mustache. That's in style.
Oh, I had it. It didn't work.
No, when I met this guy, he had a fucking full mustache, full goatee. He had a douche knot in his fucking hair.
Ooh, and it's like that'll like, do it right there.
I'm gonna show them. This is funny.
Chicks,
when I first met him, I was like,
sure.
Oh fuck, I'm not gonna get along with this guy probably. And then I started talking about like, you know, Cold War Czech history with my friend Chris, and there we go.
Oh jeez.
Oh Jesus. Yes.
It looks like Jesus. Yeah.
Right.
No, so I started talking like history, and then he came down and he was like, yeah, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. So we started talking. I'm like, okay, maybe this guy's just going through a fucking phase.
Yeah.
So
I still play soccer though.
Yeah. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still play soccer. You're from fucking Europe, like.
Yeah.
But hold on, I was gonna say the accent though. Like certain accents work, but
other accents do not. I agree.
The one I have, not super hot. Plus,
no, people do not like the Slavic accent.
Well, because they don't understand it or know where it's from. Like,
because everybody.
No, they know where it's from. It's from terrible James Bond movies and like other crap like that, and it's always associated with bad people.
Yes, and they think I'm from Russia, which, if you, the Russian accent is very different.
Very fucking different. Yeah.
But
yours is more of a German accent, really.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
Like to English speakers, your accent, although you speak a Slavic language, it sounds more like a German person speaking English.
Well, I know, I know German too, right? And so I have a mix of that and the little bit of the Russian one. But like I don't say like hello, I'm Vladimir.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
No, but literally, like it sounds. That's how people like. Had you not been flying the Czech flag on your fucking house, and I went to figure that out because I actually know the flag. I would have thought you were from Germany, like southern or actually eastern Germany, or sorry, Western Germany. Fucking A. Directions, left side.
Dude, you did a good German accent of that friend you had here.
Oh yeah, from kommt aus Köln. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You did.
What the fuck are you doing?
I love that.
Dude, I know, because it's so smooth. Like, their accent is like, even when they're speaking German, they're like, ja, ich komme aus Köln, aber jetzt ich wohne auf
He's got like all the little
die
like
Vereinigten
flares
Staaten.
to it too. Yeah.
Well, he was also gay as AIDS, but like
Exactly.
you know,
But like
no, but like his
modern-
accent was like, but that's the German that I actually like learned on, because like
Yeah.
he taught me a lot, and I caught on. So like when I went to German like in college, I retained the accent, and the one guy is like, "Why are you doing a Kölsch accent?" And I'm like,
because that's how
"Cause
you
it's
learned
easy.
it. Yeah.
It's fucking easy. Like it's smooth." He's like, "Well, okay, yeah, but like whatever." And I was like, I told him about my friend. He's like, "Oh, okay." Because he was like, "What the fuck did he say?" I was asking him how to say from Full Metal Jacket, "You slimy little communist shit, twinkle-toed cocksucker." And he's like, I don't know how to say that quite. So let me. It's going to take some time. Schleim, klein, Kommunist, blinken. Oh, I forgot the word for toe. Fucking these. Oh god, I forgot the last few words. Anyway, but he like did this so smoothly, and I'm like, so it doesn't make any sense in German because it doesn't make sense in English either. It's not supposed to. But you actually took the time to like translate that and put an effort into a massive compound cuss word. It's amazing.
Compound cuss word. I love
German
that
is
term.
great.
Well, it is.
So
German is great.
Yeah, German is fucking weird because I don't know. See, I don't know any Slavic languages like besides like a couple words that you know everybody picks up, but like I don't know the grammar in Slavic languages. I know the grammar in Anglo languages and German languages, Germanic languages. Germanic is like really different compared to Anglo grammar. It really is.
Which is weird because the two languages come from the same family.
yeah, they're all Germanic.
Well, sure, there's influence, but it wasn't quite. It was also Scandinavian, which was also Germanic, but it was also the local tribal language mixed with French and Latin. So you've got like 3 or 4 forms of Germanic languages: French, Latin, and local tribal languages. That's where you get English. Like, have you ever actually heard Old English, V? Like, have you ever actually heard it spoken? There's a guy on YouTube that actually.
I watched this movie. What is it called? I couldn't understand jack shit. I think it's called The Witch.
Oh, The Witch. Yeah, that one. Was it
from like
You're the Witch? Or, yeah,
Ireland or wherever.
Oh, it's Ireland though, but like no, early English. It predates the Irish accent. Well, the Irish English accent.
Movie it's set into here. It says 1630. So I think that's
right, and but here's the thing: is Irish is a weird mixture of Gaelic and what became English. Here, let me just
New England, not Ireland, New England, whatever.
New England.
Well, anyway, supposedly it's English. I didn't have fun. I didn't understand anything of it.
Are you sure it's not like the Amish where they speak like Pennsylvania Dutch?
No, 1630 New England.
Yeah.
Well, that would be yeah. But so V, I'm gonna send you this shit on Facebook. It's like not that long, but like this guy has spent his whole fucking life researching. This is what as close as you're gonna get to like Old English, right?
Mm-hmm. I think even though German and English are both Germanic, I think comparing the two, knowing the two, I almost feel like Czech, even though it's a different language tree, was influenced more by German because the countries.
Look at where you're at.
Yeah. It's a very smash up between German and Slavic.
Yeah, we have so many words we just like grabbed from German, and then we think they're Czech, but they're really not.
Yeah.
But like,
watch a little bit of this video I sent you, V. Like, and then we'll talk about it.
Dude, if I
Devin, I'll send it to you too. Yeah, I sent it on Facebook. Devin, I'm gonna send you this link as well.
Perfect.
I think if I open it, everybody's gonna hear it.
That's all right. Then everyone can hear it.
Hold on. Well, let me know if
it's really interesting.
Can you hear it?
Nope.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I've seen this guy before.
Yep.
Well, I feel like they almost, it started with German. It started with these North, whatever.
Danish,
yeah.
fucking everything. It's just like it's a language that's just a bunch of different fucking languages that came into one. And but like I was talking with you when we were at Chris's party, like I think English is one of the better languages, not because I'm fucking xenophobic or whatever. It's just because I think English is one of the most descriptive, accurate languages and easy to understand once you learn it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not like,
but it's also one of the hardest languages to learn.
Which one?
But because
English.
No. No.
Well, a lot of it is like you look in all those
Oh,
contractions and stuff like that, like CH and EA and like how
it's hard to
letters
write.
can make
It's
the
hard
same
to write
sound
too.
and stuff. Yeah.
That's the thing is like we were talking about, V, is like English is hard to write because you have to know how to spell the different words that sound the same.
Yeah.
And
for when you learn it as sorry for interrupting you, but I think if you
No, it's fine.
If you learn it as a second language, I think the writing becomes easier because you learn the words in a different way. Because I never understood why like a spelling contest is a thing. To me, that was like if you had a spelling contest in Czech, that like there's no such thing. Like you could get some.
Here's how you spell this fucking word. Here's how you spell that fucking word.
There could be like something. Is it spelled with I or Y, or is it MNE or just ME? So like there is a couple of these things, but like in general, spelling once you know the alphabet, it's easy. But grammar-wise, English is super simple.
It is, yes.
Compared to like Slavic languages, so like like pronunciation and getting the right spelling. That English is harder in that. But in general, like English is easier.
Right, that's the thing is like I from every person that I've ever met who speaks English as a second language, particularly from Europe, they say that English is so fucking easy to speak. It's just like, bam, the grammar is easier. They said knowing where and when to place a particular word and how to spell it when you're writing it is the worst fucking part. And I would agree. Because even, I mean, I took English, Devin took English for fucking, 12 years of our lives?
Yes.
After we learned English. And it's like, we still weren't proficient. We had to go through and fucking learn. We're learning every day still how to spell and use grammar and...
Yeah, the goddamn Oxford comma. Fuck.
Well, I actually like the Oxford comma. It makes more sense to me, like when I'm reading something, because but anyway, so English, I'd say English is a very, no, I wouldn't say that it's a poorly written language, because when you do write it correctly, there's very little room for interpretation or error.
Yes.
It's like when it's written correctly, it's like, bam, this is it. This is the idea.
But grasping that coming from something else is the hard part.
Yes, and so English is. It's got its own set of complications, but I think it's also the most detailed. Like we were talking, V, like Slavic languages, like I don't know Czech at all. I don't even know how to say hi, but like, is it as like excruciatingly detailed as English? Like, Devin, go over there to the left far corner of the room, pick up the rifle with the slightly brown stock and the silver cleaning rod, and bring it over to me, but only stand about 2 feet away from me when you do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think I know where you're going with this. I think there are languages where there is not enough vocabulary.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just older.
Yeah, I don't think any of the European languages have this problem. I think, and maybe this is a complete bullshit, but I think maybe like more like the Asian languages, like they don't have.
Well, they're also way older.
Yeah. But I don't think any of the European ones really have this.
I guess it's just different, and there's probably about 10% less vocabulary than I guess English has. in European languages, versus Middle Eastern languages, which have maybe 10% of the fucking whole vocabulary that Western languages have.
Yeah.
They're still effective, but like it's just weird, and they adapt at the times. Like, did I tell you this? Like they literally in Arabic in Iraq, and actually most of the Middle Eastern countries, you know what they call a machine gun?
No.
A rashasha.
Yeah, rashasha. Yeah.
Because that's the sound it makes. They didn't have a fucking word for it. Yeah, literally, that's their like official word for a machine gun is rashasha.
Because the sound it makes.
Yes.
It's just like the PPSH. They called it the papasha because that's the noise it made.
Right, the papasha. Yep.
Yeah.
And what?
It makes sense.
Yes, it does. So those are really, really old languages that have to try to adapt, but their grammar that's just a noun. Like rashasha is a noun. It's not a fucking adjective or a conjunction or anything like that. It's not anything like complicated. And so that's why I'm saying English so far seems to be like the most detailed and like eliminates confusion the most. It seems that way.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't like. Maybe when you compare the number of words the language has. Yeah. I think honestly in like a written English, I think English could use more commas. Basically, just
I agree with you.
Yes,
Thank you.
More commas. I do think a comma is something that does need to be more prevalent in English.
Like in Czech, like there are like really strict rules about where to put it, and they're hard to learn. Like you have Czech growing up basically up until you're like 15, and you struggle. Like you speak the language, and people are failing the class. And I am sure it's the same for English.
Yeah,
same language.
But basically,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Like you have complicated sentences, and then every sentence needs to have an object, I guess it would be translated as, and then a verb. And then you separate all of these by commas. And sometimes you have like stuff inserted, and you should separate these as well.
Okay, so that does get complicated. And that's why English, I think
I hate that people I think English should have comma between. So let's say like, I forgot what it's called, but the sentence of like, if it rained today, I would go running. I think there should be a comma, and I don't think there is after the first half. Like, if it rained today, comma.
After the subject?
Well, there's also like English has this weird thing where you wouldn't have to put a comma there too, because you could just break it up into two sentences.
Correct. You could, but like also a comma to oh god damn.
But it depends on the context you want it. You want it to be two separate ideas or one conjoined idea.
But it's not. Yeah, but it's two separate ideas that are conjoined in some way that you have to figure out.
What you just said is one of the rules. If you can separate it into two separate pieces, then you need to put a comma there.
Really?
Right, and that's the thing is like, well, the rule that I was always taught, and it's a pretty good English teachers is. A lot of people have told me they're the best English teachers ever. I'm telling you, some of the best people ever. They told me that these classes were amazing. So what I'm about to tell you is really crucial, really informational. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to fucking do it. It was fun. No, but they said basically, if you're talking to somebody, you said, what was the sentence you said?
If it, this one? If it rained today, I would go running.
Yeah. So if it rained today, I'd go running. If it rained today, I'd go running. I still made a pause where the fuck I said if it rained today, I paused, even just for a split second. It wasn't just like, if it rained today, I go running. Yep. You need a comma. That's the rule in English, like that I was taught. Mm-hmm. If you can say it out loud and it deserves a pause and you just kind of think it needs a pause to separate two ideas that could technically be sentences with a few added words or without, you need to put a fucking comma there. That's one of the rules. Like, so it's the same as far as or punctuation that you're telling me that Czech is. But I think that Czech, from what you said, and I don't know, uses more commas than I think would be necessary. But modern English uses less commas than I think is necessary. So The fuck?
Sometimes it's optional, but I just feel like, and this was the part I struggled with learning English, is that I felt like there were no really like set rules where to use them and where not. Like, for example,
And there's not.
Okay.
No, you could do either or, basically, whatever.
What about this sentence? I'm just coming up with crap.
Yeah.
The Second World War, which was the worst conflict in history, happened in the
Second World War, comma, which is the worst conflict in history, comma. That's how I would write it.
Okay, me too. But I don't think like a lot of people would. Like, because that whole block is inserted in the sentence.
Yeah.
So
you could technically do the whole thing as a run-on though, and end it as a period.
Should be separated by commas, but I don't think
no. Seriously, in correct English grammar, if you were to write a paper in college, not using commas, they would fucking dock you if they had any fucking common sense and like knowledge of the English language, because it's two separate ideas being inserted in the same sentence, although it's an independent or it's a dependent clause, and it's related to the sentence, and it formulates it more. Yeah. I know I'm butchering this. It's been a while.
It adds information to the premise.
But it's here's the thing. Okay, so simplify it. Without that, which was the worst conflict, whatever, if you took that part out, the sentence would be still needing a comma. Or no, I'm sorry.
No, if you took it out, it would still make sense.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would not need a comma. It would just be a complete sentence.
Yep.
So the comma is breaking that separate thought out and then letting you know when to get back to the original thought so you can reread it most of the time and get, okay, bam. So this is the original sentence. Like World War II was blah, blah, blah. World War II, which was you get more information.
Commas just put emphasis on certain parts of a sentence rather than having it all be one general train of thought.
And they also separate a separate clause.
Yes.
That's related and direct to the point of that whole sentence.
But depending on context, you could put it either way.
Oh, Jesus! Look who showed up, Devin. Look who fucking showed up.
Oh god.
There was a couple things which were like really weird to me. Is when you write an email, you start "Dear Mike," comma.
You don't have to.
Do you start with a capital letter?
I do. I always do.
See, that's so weird because, like, technically, like, if you thought about it, like, "Dear Mike," comma, that's the start of the sentence, and then on the next line you continue with just a
sure.
Because the idea of continuing the sentence.
Yeah, I know it's weird. I don't know technically if that's correct, but I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's an old formality. It's a holdover from like older versions of English and German and stuff like that. They all do that where they start with that big letter.
Yeah.
But and last thing I'm gonna say, Czech has like some weird stuff too. Is like for example, let's say you want to write 5%, so that would be either 5 as the word or the number, and then space, and then the percent sign. Or again, you could obviously write it out.
Well, that's weird.
So you put a space there. That means 5%. But there is a version where you don't put a space there, which would mean it becomes an adjective.
Yeah. When I was in Canada, that's how I learned it was if you're referring it to as a single unit, like 5% of something, you would have the percent symbol right next to the number.
No space. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
If it's like 5%,
if you would write like 5% of blah blah blah, then it would be spaced out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird because it was always just smushed together for us.
Yeah. No. It's if you're like the blah 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 this and this adds up to 5%, it would be right next to each other. But if it's like it's 5% of this and this, it's spaced apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's interesting, like because Canada's got a lot of European influence and like. Yeah, that's probably why they do that because ours is always the number and the fucking percent sign are right there.
Like I got shit tons of flack because we also have this like weird hybridization with like French in Canada. So like when I was like when I started this job and I was asking my boss about my paycheck, I sent him like paycheck rather than like CHECK. It was CHEQUE.
QUE.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. And they're both words, but one is French and one is English.
Yep.
So
they're pronounced exactly the same, but yeah, they're
it's
spelled
exactly the same. Yeah, and so like there's stuff where I've done that. Like a check mark is I've always spelled it with QUE rather than CK, and I get shit for that all the time.
Yeah.
You're a fucking cock.
That's just how I learned it. So it's like, come on now. I already had to weed myself out of Celsius and shit when people would ask me the temperature. Like, come on.
Like with beer, right? Like this beer has 10% of alcohol, so that would be a space. But if you just had like 10 no space percent alcohol, that would be, it becomes an adjective or adverb or whatever is the right.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but like they don't do that here in America anyways. I don't know if they do that in England or not, but like.
What about Canada and the number system? Is how many zeros billion have?
A billion would have 9 zeros.
A billion would have 9 zeros in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird. So it's influenced by the change which happened. So I think there are mostly two systems, and it's just basically one is based on powers of 1,000, and one is based of power of million. Because English had the one we use in Czech before. Basically, billion in Czech would have 12 zeros, because there is a word. Old English had it. It's so for the 9 zeros number, that's a milliard. So it
yes, I've heard the milliard. Yes.
Yeah, so it starts with a million, which is 6 zeros. Then you have milliard, which is 10. Then billion, 12 zeros. Billiard
is the next increment. Yes.
Billiard, 15 trillion, 18 trilliard, 21, and so on. And English now converted to the other system, which is going million, billion, trillion, adding the 3 zeros.
Yes.
But milliard is a word which
it's actually a unit of measurement too. It's just an antiquated unit of measurement. They just compounded everything together.
Yeah, so that one is funny because you grow up with knowing that billion is like after a milliard, so that it has 12 zeros.
Yeah, and then they changed it all on you. Yep.
You're like 2 billions. I'm like, hold on, so that's how many?
Yeah.
Umlaut. Jesus, learn something every day.
German.
Oh God, Devin.
What?
Look who just got the fuck up.
Hey.
Oh Dakota. Oh man, I'm sorry. A homeless guy walked into the stream.
Dude.
Them.
So what's with the?
Oh wait, I am hearing feedback. How do I stop that?
Stop being a cunt.
Oh, there, got it.
See how easy that was?
I had the YouTube open.
Yeah, fair.
I have the YouTube open. I got me the Corona.
God, I wish that I knew Dakota was going to be here because now we can't show any guns on YouTube. So,
what's that mean?
I have cool stuff to show you.
Wait, show me the cool stuff.
I can't. We'll get pulled.
Yeah, we got nailed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
what is it?
When he was here,
it's an algorithm. If you have a gun or part of a gun in frame, they'll pull the stream, and you can't monetize it or anything. It'll delete it. Yeah,
that's fucking gay.
So that's just something they did. They came out because like I read the I'm the nerd that read the terms of agreement, and then I went over to Mike's and we were doing a live stream, and he did it, and then it just shut down. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember reading this. This is why.
I was so fucking pissed that night, too. I was like, God damn it, are you horse fucking me? Like,
so, yeah, it was pretty rough. But, like, here's the thing. You could show gun-related stuff. You could show ammo. You can show knives and bayonets. You cannot show an actual firearm, though.
Dave the caliber, Devin.
Which one's that? Is that 7 or 8?
This?
Yeah.
Neither.
6.5?
I'm cooler than you guys.
Yours is 8x56, you fucking negroid.
Mine is 8x56. I have some of those too.
Dakota's was. This is a 7.65x53.
Oh, that's Argentine. All right. Yeah.
Sure is.
I think this is the funniest moment. There's just shows how different than you guys. Like you guys have all these guns and ammo in there, and I
Give
have.
it fucking time, V.
Yeah, and I
You'll
gotta
actually-
buy
you'll
a
actually start
gun once
liking-
you become American. Come
I
on.
have my soccer ball behind me. Okay.
Oh,
Well, you can
God.
kick somebody in the face with that, take their gun, and then try to use it.
All right,
As long
boys.
as it's a fucking pistol. All right, you gonna take off?
I'm gonna head out.
All right.
All right, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, if you want me here in the future, and we can talk about beer.
Probably not. I don't like you because you're European. Go away.
What if I grow my hair back?
I'll like pretend I never fucking met you and know you. Like,
Okay. That's why you stalk my Facebook every day, right?
every other day. Don't fucking ingratiate yourself. You fucking
Yeah.
fuck.
Now everybody knows it. All right.
Yeah.
All right, see you later, man.
All right. See you guys.
Take it easy.
Yeah. So 8x56 rimmed. So
Yeah.
you got an M95 then?
Yes.
He's had
I-
one for a while. You have
I've
a
got
Stutzen,
two of
right?
them now.
What's that?
You have a Stutzen, Dakota? Like the carbine?
It's not. I think it's a Bulgarian one.
That's
The
what my nice
Oh,
one is
95,
too. It's a
34.
Bulgarian one, yeah.
So the Stutzen is like the OG, like the Austrians cut it.
What they had the carbine sights. Did you have the long rifle sights?
Actually, I think mine has carbine sights. I
No,
would
it's
show
actually-
you, but I can't apparently.
It's actually all the short rifles are Stutzens, unless it has the weird only side slung. Then it's a carbine, but they were all converted to Stutzens for the most part. So
I think
even the
mine-
ones with the rifle sights are still Stutzens.
I think mine only has the side swivels.
That's not true, Devin. There were actual M95 carbines that had the carbine sights. The
Yeah.
Stutzens were the ones that were
But
converted to
the
95.
only thing that differentiated a carbine from a Stutzen at the time, when there was two separate ones, was where the sling swivels were.
I do
And
have
then
a
they
full length
all
now, though,
eventually
too.
just converted them to Stutzens and just kept calling them Stutzens when they.
What
put
did
other sling
bearded
swivels.
fucking homeless dude say?
I've got a fucking full length one now too, with the matching bayonet.
Yeah, both. I got
Oh, fuck you.
the cool ersatz bayonet on mine.
Oh, you piece of shit!
I got a Bulgarian one, and then I bought an ersatz bayonet for it. So
You had to somehow fucking find a way to one up me.
So-
I was gonna be king shit for half a second.
Yeah. And then mine I got too because I was like, because I have one that is
Sorry,
a
I've got
very.
two of them.
I have two long
I
rifles.
only have
and-
two. Yeah, fuck it.
And
I only have
my first
100%
one
more than you.
has the like elm stock on it, so it's very clearly late World War One because they only did the elm stocks for a few years.
Just go fuck yourself.
And that one is really rough. And then I got that Bulgarian refurbished one that somehow still maintains its matching bolt. So it's
Oh, nice.
really slick and it's fantastic.
I think
It's
mine's
like-
matching too.
It's like K31 smoothness. It's
Oh
fantastic.
my god, I just wish I could play Figaro by fucking System of a Down right now. My cock is much bigger than yours. Look, that's exactly what this fucking conversation is, but it's usually what I do too. So
Yeah.
I was just
Fuck.
excited because the dude is like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you want this rifle. It's got bad juju. It was taken from a concentration camp. And I'm like, good. That means the Nazis updated the cartridge for me.
Fair, yeah.
And they did.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
That's a great story, which you know wasn't true, but like, yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah.
Your response was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care where it went. He's like, well, I don't know. It killed people. I'm like, it went through a fucking.
Who cares if it killed people? Yeah. So, what year? If your Bulgarian one, did yours get a new barrel, or did they keep the World War I barrel on it?
It must be a new one because it looks pretty good.
I was gonna say mine's got a new barrel in 39 because they're marked underneath the barrel.
Okay. I'll have to look sometime. I can't. I've never looked, but
Yeah, they stamped it on like the bottom side of the receiver portion of the barrel.
I just loved the horror story. Just like, I don't know, it's killed people. I'm like, they all kill people.
Yeah, it's a
cares?
rifle
Actually,
designed
very
to kill
fucking
people.
few
Yeah,
of 'em.
like
I'm gonna try to make a video, but here's the thing: is I gotta get some stats, some actual like stats that people can refer to about the whole myth of like, my surplus gun killed a bunch of Nazis.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, you understand
my
that.
M1 Garand made in 1947 killed a bunch of Nazis. Yeah.
Well, do you understand that less than 1% of any given military, their infantry, less than 1% actually kill another person, much less fire their weapon? Less than 1% of their entire fucking military.
Good. That
doesn't mean they don't fire at targets.
Yeah, that means
Right,
my gun's not going to be worn out.
They go and they do target shooting and they do marksmanship, which is fine, but it's like less than 1% of every fucking firearm has actually killed somebody.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise. But you also got to look at the numbers they made too, like millions.
Well, yeah, Todd, of course, is focusing on one fucking thing. I didn't say it was used in murders. I said it. That's what it appears to be. I never said I agree with that
SKS or whatever that. You got.
Yeah, like if it was, it was. Like I don't sit there and go, "Oh, that's just used to kill a bunch of people." It's like,
he never said it was. He said it maybe. Literally said in the video, maybe.
There's a record of this dude. There's 2 Leonard Rakipis in the world that I know of, on Facebook at least. There's one who's like way too young to have been part of that. And there's another guy who was definitely that age. And they said that this guy pulled his records from a friend of his in the Albanian police. And that, yeah, he in 97, he fucking was a gang member. He was a piece of shit. Doesn't mean he killed somebody with it. Yeah. I said that in the fucking video, so don't put words in my mouth.
It was his gun, and he has killed people. Did he kill people with that gun? No, maybe.
No, don't put words in my mouth. I hate this shit.
I'm getting a drink.
Oh, you said it. You remember? No, so
it's too good a conversation to have sober.
Oh Jesus! Nice shorts, bud.
I'm wearing my good pants. I'm wearing my Flecktarn pants.
Flecktarn is amazing.
It is. I love it, and it's the nice Flecktarn fabric, the like older stuff.
No, it doesn't diminish the history of it. I don't give a fuck. I said it was cool to like learn about what this guy's criminal record was, and that I have a rifle that was probably used in some sort of criminal activity.
Yeah, which is neat. I thought that was super cool when you told me about it. I'm like, because how many people can say that?
Right, and it's like, and that's what and then I got this other fucking retard. Like, I said, I'll never use it for, killing people again. And he's like, well, you don't know that if they come invade your house. And I'm like,
Mike, we're going to get flagged now.
Why?
Dakota's got a gun leaning against his door.
That's not a gun. It's a piece of wood.
Hey.
Well, here's the thing: is that now if we get fucking removed, we know which asshole fucking reported it, and they're gonna get fucking banned. So,
wait.
But to be fair, Dakota didn't know the rules before this either. So,
no, he did know the rules. Like, we can't show guns. Like,
I'm so glad that I happened to have moved. I used to have my fucking M95 just in the corner there. It would have been frame. I had no idea.
You definitely still do.
You still have a gun in frame.
Oh, hey, we do, don't we?
So, yeah.
So how can I get rid of it with...
There you go.
But no, hey. No, Provolone, if this gets taken down, I know that it's going to be you.
Oh, that would be fucking...
That's not acceptable. Yeah, that's not acceptable if you fucking do that. So
I totally had no idea.
Oh no, it's fine. Like I right now I've got several guns that are right next to me.
Yeah,
but I have
tons of them just out of frame. Yeah. So.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a dumb rule, I know, because I really wish I could show you all my M95s and then my cool. I got a Turkish refurbed 8805. It's like immaculate.
Oh, fuck you. Why do you have all this cool shit?
And it came with the cleaning rod, the sling, and the bayonet. Didn't even know it was coming with that stuff when I bought it. And it came with all that. An original, like, German World War I sling with all the brass hardware and everything.
You also got a fucking Carcano M41.
I did get a really cool mint 1941 Carcano, yeah.
God damn it.
So... I got some pretty sweet stuff. And then I found a cleaning rod for my Carcano too, and it looks totally different.
I've got a Carcano. It just looks like a bag of smashed dicks. It's just it's
Well,
terrible.
to be fair, a lot of them do, but like,
what is it?
I can't remember.
The 1891.
I think it's the 91.
Is it long?
Yeah.
Oh.
It looks like dog shit.
Well, yeah, I got one 1891 that actually I want to make a video on. A YouTuber, subscriber to the channel actually sent it to me.
Nice.
For free.
Like free, right?
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I don't collect them. Like, I just wanted to go to someone that'll appreciate it. I'm like, fucking right, whatever, you know.
And then it shows up one day.
It showed up, and it was all there, and it's a fucking great rifle. And
was that the one that has the cleaning rod, or was your other one the one that has the cleaning rod?
No, the other one that I bought had the cleaning rod. But I had just bought it like 6 days before this guy emailed me and sent it to me. So it was like, you know, so I now have two 1891s, and I shot the one the other day. It's just like I have to fucking recalibrate and refocculate how to use the sights. Because it was consistent. Yeah, it was consistent, but it was consistent when I was putting the fucking front sight post in a certain position in the V at a certain distance. So it's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
This one's so fucking shaky, I don't trust it. I'm gonna have it looked at first. Like it's
What year is it?
I can't remember. It's been like in my closet for fucking months.
Just like you have.
Not quite. Our relationship is well documented, Mike.
All right. Yeah, I can't argue with that. There's some sexual gratuity that went on there that is undeniable.
That's correct, Todd. I am essential. Worship me.
Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, so nothing much is really like the gun thing. Like I mean, obviously I have all those retro ARs, which is why you need to get your Vietnam kit together.
You have to find me pants that fit fat.
Well, I'm having the same problem with the pants. Yeah.
What size are you now? Are you large?
I have no idea. I have to like measure myself. I think I've got a 40-inch waist now.
Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. Dude, I've got a 44-inch waist. You're not as fucking fat as me.
That's true.
You probably got like
I wear
a
medium regular, so if you can find that.
You're also skinny as fuck, Devin. So shut your fucking cockholes.
Oh gosh. Hey, like I said, getting super infected wisdom teeth and then them fucking your paperwork up for 2 months really helps you lose a lot of weight real quick when you can't eat.
So did you grow a beard because the same reason Nate grew a beard, because you got a double chin now and you don't want to fucking own it like I do?
Oh, no, I'm just lazy. I hate this fucking thing. Girls like it though.
Yeah, facial hair. It's where it's at.
All them girls on lockdown around fucking where you were at in Iowa. Yeah, I'm fucking sure.
There's one coming over tomorrow.
Oh god.
She's from like the fucking epicenter of the state too. I'm like, I don't care. Give me Rona.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I'm gonna grow my
not much has
corn
changed.
flashbacks. So.
Nothing's changed then. Fucking nothing changes.
It's whatever.
Fucking Nazis. Nothing changes.
Say what you want about the tenets of National Socialism, dude. At least it's
Oh gosh. So
that's the best line of that old fucking movie.
Come on, Donnie, they were threatening castration.
Oh, they want to see her on live stream, Dakota. Pics her, it didn't happen.
She's not here.
Like next week.
That's the retards that are in the fucking comments. They're, hey, he said tomorrow, but let's get her here right now because I'm fucking lonely virgin. Fucking snapped 5. I pulled my horn 5 times today, and still I'm just waiting for more. You're a fucking animal. You pulled your horn 5 fucking times today.
Yep.
Good job.
You're a fucking animal.
Yeah. Good.
Distributing some free literature.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. You fucking know exactly what that's from.
I saw it years ago. I tried to get you to watch it.
Yeah, Letterkenny.
It took me a while to get into it. Even like Devin had to like. It took a while, but no. I'm
sorry. You need a Canadian.
Mike is a way bigger fan of Trailer Park Boys than Letterkenny.
True story.
I still need to watch Trailer Park Boys.
Here's
You're
the thing
missing
with
out,
Trailer Park
Dakota.
Boys.
You gotta
There was
do
character
that.
There was character development
Yeah.
in Trailer Park Boys. There's not in Letterkenny. It's just a bunch of hot chicks and the same shit, season after season after season after season.
But it's funny.
Oh, it is, but it's like it's just
once you get the butt of every joke, though, it's pretty predictable.
It's like House MD. That was the same thing every episode.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah, Letterkenny's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You just
want
want
the girls aren't bad to look at. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's
well,
good.
I mean, all the girls from Quebec actually look like that. It's scary.
We should go to Quebec.
They're all like supermodels. It's weird.
There's a fucking walking fucking hard on with a nasty black beard going on. So yeah, of course we're gonna go to Quebec.
That's right. I got my passport. Let's go.
You think you don't have fucking hair in Quebec?
Well, they don't shave in Quebec, so
I don't care.
You're like squirrely fucking Dan right now, but you're not as fat. I should have your goddamn beard, and I could be squirrely. Listen the fuck up.
Allegedly.
Yeah. And that's, Katie's, is why I respect you so much.
I don't think he needs to be adding and S's on the ends of that. Yeah. Sushis and sashimis.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Wayne, your sister's hot. Oh, and he runs like 10 feet. He's bolts. I'm too fat to run. It's amazing. Like, nobody's going after him. He's just like running away in the field. And,
he's just jogging. Yeah.
Sorry, too fat to run.
He just owns it.
Yep. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's one of the last episodes I think I've seen. I'm like way behind.
Oh,
you're missing out. There's a lot left.
You're giving me shit. I'm fucking current with it, bitch.
I was caught up when I told you to watch it.
That was like 4 fucking years ago, dipshit.
Yeah.
I was waiting for more to come out. Now it has.
It has.
They come out with like a new season every year.
Now I can binge.
What the fuck? Yeah. God, you're so fucking helpless.
Oh, did you also? I don't know if I told you. Did
you just hissed at me. I'm sorry, Dakota. Did you just hiss at me?
No, I was laughing.
But you were doing it. You fucking just hissed at me.
That's not.
You literally just went.
That's not what happened.
Oh, what the fuck? This is getting out of control.
Are you fucking drunk?
No, I'm just saying, like, this is out of fucking control. You just hissed at me after telling me to watch Letterkenny, and you haven't seen it in 4 fucking years.
Nobody's hissing.
All right, we'll let the replay decide that one.
Yeah, like, I feel like this is all documented, so it'll be. Oh, did you know Dakota also got a Ross and the bayonet for it?
Just fuck yourself. Just, you know what? I'm just gonna assume whatever gun exists, you have one. Okay. Well, I'll just save you the trouble.
Oh, he doesn't. That's about all
I've only got like 10 guns. Yeah.
Dude,
but
Dakota,
my CNR went through, so hopefully that's gonna change here soon.
Well, I guess who talked him and fucking convinced him to fucking get that?
Yeah.
Weird.
You gotta send me a link to get a Tokarev link.
Yeah. Well, when I find one, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Also, Dakota, I don't know if you saw this. I managed. Remember how I was like, oh, that 1891 Argentine that I had years ago that fucking I had a crest on it and I had to sell it and it got fucked up. And
one that got away.
Yeah. Got another one a few months ago.
With a crest?
With a crest. And it's beautiful. Woo! It's all matching, sends the stock.
You regret sell you got another one?
How the fuck?
Yeah.
How the
fuck? No, I got lucky on Gunbroker. Just got really lucky.
That's how I found my Ross. Yeah, some guy had it like listed way the hell back, and it was like next to nothing. And
that's what happens to you every gun. You always get lucky, and somehow.
Yeah, you do, Devin. Yeah. I mean, I paid retail for this one, but like, Devin always is like, oh, I paid like 75% less than retail.
Well, this Gewehr 88 I paid fair value for, and the Carcano I paid slightly less than fair value, but the Ross I genuinely got a steal on.
I don't know. Finding a good 88 anymore is a big deal.
This thing was immaculate. It went through the whole refurbishment. Like the Turks, because they reblued the shit out of everything when they got them.
Bucket.
Yeah, so it's got the barrel jacket's like perfectly immaculately blued. The receiver's blued. The bolt's still in the white.
Gun.
Everything's all perfectly blued, and they even went through in like the original German like Ersatz bayonet that came with it. They blued the sheath and they blued the handle of the bayonet itself.
You absolutely fist fucked the value. Hey Dan, do you have the bayonet for that Daisy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, here's the bayonet for it that I got.
How long's the blade? Did they cut it?
Nope, it's
That's fucked.
Yeah, and see they blued the shit out of the grip, but they left the blade in the white.
Oh, that's great.
But the bluing is like really nice on it, so it's like.
Yeah, no, that's.
I didn't notice the fucking time. I think we've been fucking streaming for over 3 hours.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But like since I'm probably not gonna have to go to work tomorrow because most of my places are gonna burn to the ground, we're doing okay.
Yeah, we'll see that.
Silver lining.
Yeah.
So but yeah, we're gonna end the live stream, but we're gonna head over to the Discord. I'll send you the link to Dakota. And we'll head over there and have a little after party.
Fair.
So all right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you're still here, it's 15 of you. Woo! But all right, take it easy, guys.
Peace.